The account followed several pro-ISIS pages and commented on ISIS posts. The undercover officer started talking with Garza, who described himself as a 21-year-old Mexican-American living in Texas. Over the course of 2 months, Garza sent ISIS media releases to the undercover agent, including videos of suicide bombings and instructional bomb-making videos.
He's now charged with an international terrorism offense. And a derailed CSX train leaked a flammable chemical and sparked a fire in southern Kentucky this morning, prompting authorities to issue a shelter-in-place order that was later lifted. No injuries were reported. America is listening to Fox News.
WIBC Mobile News, on the level, on the go.
A New Year's Eve snowstorm could disrupt travel plans. You've got cloudy skies and 25 degrees in Indianapolis. It feels like 13, though. I'm Jake McDaniel, and here's what's trending at 3:02.
Right now, thinking maybe we see a half inch, maybe a little bit more in spots. There is a possibility you get up over towards Kokomo and Muncie that those areas might actually do a little bit better and see a little over an inch.
National Weather Service forecaster Mike Ryan says highs will stay in the 20s on Thursday, then gradually warm, reaching the 30s and possibly the 40s by Sunday and Monday. Indiana's making it clear that when it comes to gun laws, the state is the one in charge, not the cities. A panel of judges just tossed out a 26-year-old lawsuit from the city of Gary against gun sellers. Attorney General Todd Rokita said yesterday he's looking out for responsible owners.
And my office will continue defending your constitutional rights and keeping firearms accessible to responsible owners.
This ruling creates a one-size-fits-all policy for the state, meaning cities can't set their own rules for the gun industry through the courts. Frustration is boiling over for people living at the Life at Harrison Trails apartments in Indianapolis. Here's Johnette Cruz.
A persistent trash issue continues to plague this apartment community. Piles of uncollected waste are currently overflowing from dumpsters despite tenants being charged a monthly fee for valet disposable services. Online reviews and residents say that the lack of sanitation has led to severe pest problems and unaddressed maintenance issues. While ownership previously touted millions in planning property upgrades, neighbors say they aren't seeing the results, describing the current management as unresponsive while conditions deteriorate. Local health officials recommend that any residents facing these unsanitary conditions file a formal complaint with the Marion County Health Department. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Hamilton County Republican Party is naming Joshua Coker as county prosecutor. He's been a prosecutor in Hamilton County since 2006. And the Indianapolis Colts said they're expected to start rookie quarterback Riley Leonard on Sunday against the Houston Texans. The kickoff is set for 1 o'clock. WIBC News Time is 3:04. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Traffic now at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
Hey, Jake, looking at Hamilton County and southbound 69 stops at State Road 37, and we're keeping an eye on that. Also, southbound 6570 downtown, stop-and-go traffic, Washington Street to the south split. That's because of construction. Northbound 65 stop-and-go from Thompson Road up to Keystone Avenue, and again, Raymond Street into the south split. Crash on the southeast side is Post Road at Brookville Road. Also a crash east side, Sherman Warren Drive, north of Massachusetts Avenue. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions 21+. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy and breezy this afternoon with highs near 28. Cloudy skies with some light snow showers developing north of Indianapolis. Low temperatures will fall to about 25. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Hey, now. It is the Hammer and Nigel show. Running it back today is the Hammer and Hammer show as Big Nige is out and Chris Hammer filling in for Big Nige.
How's it going?
Now, Chris, you've got a lot of responsibilities when you fill in for Nigel. You have to do very little. You have to sleep on the job and then take about 5 to 6 weeks off after 2 days. Do you think you can pull that off?
I already feel like I'm pulling more weight just by being in the building in the first place. So
right.
I think I'm feeling the Nigel role a little bit better right now.
Shots fired from the boy. All right. I think we're ready. I don't think we have to wait anymore. Producer Kurt, hit me with some legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges. Legal stuff.
Going to keep it here in Indy. So you guys remember Gabe Whitley, right?
Honest Gabe?
Honest Gabe, that little portly you-know-what that is a convicted felon, a failed 7th District congressional candidate because, correct me if I'm wrong, he lost to a dead woman.
That is correct, yes.
He went to federal prison for lying about his quote-unquote donors. It's pretty much universally believed he's got these fake accounts all over social media. And the thing that used to drive me nuts, Chris, people would fall for some of these fake accounts. The Hoosier Inquirer. Well, they're reporting this. They're reporting that. No, the Hoosier Inquirer is Gabe Whitley in one of his aliases sitting somewhere in a basement eating Cheetos and not being thin. That's what the Hoosier Inquirer was.
There's so many of those accounts out there on social media that you can just tell are ran by either the person themselves or it's one of their biggest supporters, and it's just blatant lies that come out there.
Right.
And they present themselves as this like honest news site, and then you read it and there's like several spelling errors in their article, and you're like, all right, sure.
And it's frustrating when somebody you like or you view in high regard share some of that crap.
Right.
Like, oh, come on. What are you doing? You're sharing the Hoosier Inquirer. Stop it. Well, anyway, that's Gabe Whitley. Earlier today, he pled guilty to a level 6 felony intimidation charge. Now, this was filed by our very own Abdul. Now, if you remember, Gabe Whitley hated Abdul with the passion of a million fires. And he put some posts out on social media referencing shooting him like a pig. He put Abdul's home address out there, I believe, calls for law enforcement to raid Abdul's home. You can read all about it in the court filings, the police report, and Abdul's posted about this today at Indy Politics. But today, Honest Gabe pled guilty to that level 6 felony from all the threats to Abdul. And here's the kicker. He can't go on social media. Judge Linda Brown accepted the plea, and Gabe Whitley is expected to be released from custody later today. And as a result of the plea and the sentence imposed, no online platforms and a no contact order with Abdul and his family.
That's interesting. I'm thinking about this. How are they going to enforce this no social media stuff? Like if he's creating fake accounts, is there like something that they could put on his phone to know when he's opened up Instagram or whatever Twitter's called now, X? Like how is that going to be enforced is what I'm curious to learn about.
Right. There's a lot of rules and laws that get put into place, but they're never enforced.
Right.
Like the no turn on reds here downtown.
Right.
Okay. great. I appreciate what you're trying to do. But nobody abides by that sign. Nobody does.
Nobody does.
And you're right. Gabe Whitley, who's already got a ton, what we believe to be a ton of alias accounts out there. I asked Abdul, do you honestly believe that he's not going to have any sort of burner account, or is he going to try to be slick and pull a fast one and find some way to get online?
Right.
Abdul's under the belief, and maybe he's heard something that we don't have access to because he's involved here. He's under the belief that it's not going to happen.
Another question of mine it says he can't go on social media. Is there any clause in here that says he can't tell someone else to post on social media for him?
That's not on there.
Okay.
I think you start getting into some violations of First Amendment there. But listen, for what it's worth, it sounds like the Hoosier Inquirer will not be posting anytime soon. And that was my favorite thing. When he was getting ready to go to federal you-know-what prison the first time around the board, he told everybody, oh, the Hoosier Inquirer, they're going to be posting all the time. Crickets, since he got locked up. Crickets. Right. And now, according to this judge's ruling, he's not allowed to have any sort of online platform. We'll see how that goes. More legal stuff here. Some moron tried to climb up the monument on Christmas Eve. Now, Chris, I know you were working a little bit. I can't remember if you were downtown because you also work in our promotions team here.
That's correct. Yeah.
Did you see the idiot climbing the monument?
I did not. I did not work Christmas Eve. I worked the day before, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
okay.
I drive by the monument all the time, and I was reading this story. How did he climb up on the monument? On monuments, there's not really a lot of ways to climb up it. It's like a straight up tall building.
We saw some of these numbnuts do that during the mostly peaceful riots that were taking place downtown.
Yes.
There was somebody up there climbing up, writing graffiti. But this guy climbed up there to the point to where police and rescue squads, first responders had to come. And at this point, there was a crowd that was around too. So imagine it's Christmas Eve, you're downtown, you're hearing the Christmas music. Maybe you're going to watch one of these shows, Yuletide or something like that.
Right.
And then you see a moron climbing up the monument about to fall. So let's be honest. Raise your hand. If you see a moron that's doing that, raise your hand if you're rooting for him to fall. All right, Kurt's hand's up, Chris' hand's up, my hand is up. I think that's a frush, I believe.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I mean, that's what we got going on here. Don't
Right.
climb up the monument.
And this dude was just whacked out. Once they got him on the ground, he was taken into custody. On his person, they found a manila envelope containing a plant-like substance, a flat metal screwdriver, broken glass fragments, material used for a tourniquet, a glass vial, one empty pen cartridge, which commonly used for drug use, I believe, folded card consistent with the way narcotics are prepared. So this guy was like Charlie Sheen in his prime, climbing up the monument, was hanging on by like a hand. It was almost like the promo poster for Cliffhanger with Stallone. And luckily, the authorities were able to get him down without too much of an incident, but Druggy McDrugface is now facing multiple charges here, including one count of cocaine possession, which in itself is a level 6 felony. We mentioned this yesterday. This is exciting, and we owe you guys a lot of thank yous. Our charity bowling event, Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels on Friday, January 16th. Sold out, baby. Sold out.
Woo!
We're going to have some competitive bowlers. Chris, I think you fall into that category. We're going to have some people just there to drink the beer and eat the pizza. I think I fall into that category. And a little birdie told me that next week we may have your last chance at some tickets.
Oh, interesting.
It's sold out now. Everything we do sells out, by the way. You guys are awesome. The best listeners in all of radio. We sell out everything we do, and it's usually pretty quick because you guys are such badasses. We're going to raise a lot of money for Hoosier veterans in need. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to bowl. We're going to have some pizza. We're going to give away some prizes. And if you did not get your ticket next week, Again, can't confirm officially, but a little birdie told me there may be some last-minute tickets. So thank you so much for selling out another awesome event from the Hammer and Nigel show. Matt Bear is standing by. Matt, I know a lot of people still on vacation, so the roads don't seem as busy. Is that the case?
Yeah, we still have some delays out there, Hammer. By the way, congratulations on your sellout. Southbound 6570 stop and go Washington Street to the south split because of construction. Northbound 65 stop and go approaching 465 up to South Keystone Avenue. Southbound 69 stop and go after 126th Street to 116th. Crash southeast side, Post Road to Brookville Road. Also a crash east side, Sherman Drive north of Massachusetts Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Freegee and Freegee Auctioneers. January 1st at 10 a.m. is the annual New Year's Day firearms auction. Bid now at buyfreegee.com. That's BUYFREIJE.com. License AC 312-00002. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Meanwhile, here at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, cold. Continue cold for about another week, and then it won't be as cold. I wish I had better news for you, but look, it's late December, it's January, it's Indiana. It is what it is. All right, coming up next, Johnette Cruz from the WIBC newsroom. She will join us in studio for part 2 of her exclusive segment she's been doing on our program, Year in Review. Yesterday, it was the biggest stories from Indiana. Today, we're going to be talking about the biggest stories in America with Johnette Cruz next.
Tickets are on sale right now for Trump 1 year later. The highs, the lows, how we win the midterms, happening at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. The bourbon will flow. The food will be fantastic. We're going to go over Trump's past year and how we use that to win the midterms. It's going to be informing, entertaining, and very, very funny. I promise. Join us, Trump 1 year later. Brought to you by Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, and WIBC. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
Hammer here for not just my retirement guy, but your retirement guy, Bill Demery. Bill Demery is the best in the business, and this is how I know it, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything there is to know about retirement, because I don't. It's complicated. There's a lot of ifs and ands and what have yous, but Bill Demery sat me down along with my wife, explained to us all of the things that are going to happen with his plan, and it's been the best thing that's happened. Bill Demery will make this make sense for you. And not only do you get a 20% upfront bonus with Bill Demery, you also get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years. 20% upfront bonus and an annual return that's averaged 10% for a decade. So reach out to Bill Demery today. Set up that free meeting. I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer for you. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 for Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hammer here for Premier Weight Loss Indy. Big Nige is on vacation, but I know he's doing this program too. And each of us are at different places in our weight loss journey. And this is what I love about Premier Weight Loss. They understand people are different. People have different goals. So when you meet with them in person, face to face at one of their 2 different locations, there's one at 96th and Meridian, there's one at 106th and 69. When you meet with someone face to face, they customize a plan specifically for you. It's not a cookie cutter plan. People are different. Plans are different. And you guys know my story. I lost 50 pounds on my own, but then I hit a plateau and I couldn't lose anymore. No matter what I did, no matter how much water I drank, couldn't lose any more weight. So I reached out for help. I went to pwlnd.com, and since I've been working with these guys, in 2 months, I'm down 16 pounds. And that's November and December, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I haven't given up on steak. I'm still having beers with my buddies, but the cravings are gone. I've got better eating habits. I'm working out more. I'm telling you, these guys can perform miracles. You just have to give them a chance. pwlnd.com.
Heat and cool your man cave, attic, garage, or bonus room without adding ductwork with Mitsubishi Electric ductless mini splits.
To find out more, just go to absolutecomfort.org.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And during Toyotathon, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $339 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models. Approved credit plus tax, tag, title, license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Corolla model 1852. 39 months. $29.99 due. Zero security. 10,000 annual miles. 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 12/31/25.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's New Year's Eve here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. I'm Jason Hammer. Big Nige is out. Chris Hammer is filling in.
How's it going?
And in studio from the WIBC newsroom, Johnette Cruz.
Hello.
Johnette, we were talking during the break here. In addition to being an amazing, multifaceted journalist here at WIBC, you teach like a hip-hop dance class, right?
I do, yes. I used to professionally dance basically my entire life, and I went on tour with multiple groups and did all that stuff.
Who'd you go on tour with? Name names.
Oh, gosh. It's going to date me.
I'm older than you are. Don't give me that crap.
Okay. Do you know who Blackstreet is?
Yeah,
As
No
in
Diggity.
Yeah, I went on tour with
Do
them.
I know who Blackstreet is? Teddy Riley? Come on.
Yes, I was 18, 19. It was before social media, before we had the cell phones. I don't have anything from my time being their backup dancer, but I went on tour with them for about a year and a half.
So when you're like at a wedding and somebody puts on No Diggity now, do you feel like, okay, it's PTSD, it's game time, I got to go out there and put on a
I
show?
literally don't remember what I even danced to back then. No clue. It's all a blur.
So yesterday we did the biggest stories in Indiana for 2025. Today, I challenged you to find the biggest stories in all of America for 2025.
Yes. I have to tell you, I had a little bit of a hard time. There's so many things that happened this year. Once I started kind of backtracking and seeing all the big news that happened throughout the United States, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to like whittle all this down to 5? So again, I went chronological order. And of course, we had to start with the inauguration of President Trump.
Okay, so we're going chronological order here. These
yes.
aren't like your
No.
1 through 5 ranked. This
Yeah.
is chronological. Okay.
Chronological, yeah. So I started in January. So January, here we are, January 20th, as he was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. And I thought that was obviously a really big deal considering where we were the past few years. And that was
Right.
a major change.
And it seemed like the inauguration went a little smoother than his first one. You had
Correct.
like some actual bands that wanted to perform. You didn't have Sean Spicer up there going, it was the biggest gathering in the history of humanity. Like, it seemed like it went a little smoother.
Yes, absolutely. And then we fast forward to March, where I think things started to get a little dicey when it came to the topic of immigration. I think March is when it really first started to hit, and that's when the whole Salvadorian prison came up. And then I still really started to like hammer in on lots of deportations and all of that. And I actually just recently looked at the Homeland Security website. And as of September, they have deported 2 million people or have self-deported in total.
The self-deportations are amazing to me. So you've got a group of people here saying, all right, if it means I'm going to have a chance to maybe come back,
Yes.
I will do it the right way here.
Right.
I think that's fascinating. I think that's the
great.
goal. This is what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely. Yes. So I think that was a big deal. And honestly, I think it still carries over because even now, I think some of that immigration stuff is carrying over through everything that's happening in Minnesota with the whole fraud happening there. So then we went through March, and then here we go with May, and we have the 14th Pope, Pope Leo.
An American Pope.
An American Pope from Chicago.
Although,
that's a big deal.
He's a White Sox fan.
I knew
so
Chris was going to go there.
I'm not going to get behind this guy right here.
He's
I
like,
mean,
that's
well,
a
to
negative.
be fair, the only person that could fix the White Sox is the Lord. So they're going to need all the help they can get over there.
Right. That's something, because if you go back and watch like video of the White Sox World Series run from a number of years ago, one of the shots shows him in the crowd. Like the Pope was there. Divine intervention was on the south side of Chicago.
There you go.
I just hope he doesn't park the Pope mobile down there, because somebody's going to steal it, or it'll be on blocks by the time he gets out there to see it again.
Right. So, yeah, I thought that was a big deal, especially in the newsroom. We were just getting like play-by-play of everything happening with him when that was all happening. And then obviously I want to fast forward. This is number 4 heading into September, Charlie Kirk's assassination, which just completely, I felt like the world just literally stopped.
This was what it sounded like on our program. This is the audio of when we made the official announcement that Charlie had passed. Now, we had been getting tips for about 15 minutes from unverified sources. He's dead. He's passed away. No, he's on life support. As you know, Johnette, there's so much.
So much coming in.
And a lot of it's wrong when stories
yes.
break right out of the gate. So you got to be right. You have to nail it. And we found out when President Trump put something on social media, and this was from the Hammer and Nigel show that day.
Nigel, we had been seeing drips and drabs of information coming to us the last 30 so minutes. We wanted to make sure we had a reliable source here. I feel like this is about as good as you're going to get. President Trump writes on Truth Social, quote, "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he's no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you."
The shooter is still at large.
And that was live coverage for when we saw the post by President Trump announcing the death of Charlie Kirk. And at the time, like Nigel points out, we didn't know who the shooter was.
Right.
Somebody had been taken into custody and pictures were taken, but it wasn't the guy. And now we know that the suspect, Tyler Robinson, would be found a couple days later.
Yeah. It was just a crazy time. As you know, like we were in the newsroom just like floored. And then again, just getting all the information in and kind of like you're in this space of like, is this really happening right now?
I think everybody remembers where they were when they saw or first heard about this story. I was at UIndy. I just got done with the class. I was working on a project. And the way I found out about it is all the videos of it that were being shared on Twitter that were just disturbing and horrible.
Very disturbing. And you know, my son, he's going to be 16 this weekend, and he saw it at school and at the time did not have a phone. But
yeah, there are some very up close shots that just break your heart. I feel like that's probably the biggest story of 2025.
Yes.
But what else do you have that rounds out your list
Last
here?
one rounds out. I think this towards the end of the year with elections coming on, just everything, the lovely mayor-elect over in New York City, Zohran Mamdani.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's a big deal. A Democrat who is a socialist is completely turning what politics are going to look like in New York City.
Yeah, it's going to be an experiment for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it's never worked anywhere else. Now, any socialist will tell you, well, I do a different type of socialism. Okay, it's never worked anywhere else, but you do you. We'll find out.
According to socialists, nobody in the history of humanity has ever done socialism correct, apparently, is what I'm learning from all these people.
It's not that it fails all the time.
No,
it's nobody's done it properly.
Nobody's done it correctly. Okay.
Excellent.
Interesting.
Johnette, tomorrow we will be talking about celebrity deaths and the biggest pop culture entertainment stories of 2025.
That'll be fun.
If somebody wants to follow you on social media or challenge you to a hip hop dance contest, how can they find you?
All of my handles is just the Johnette Cruz. I'm everywhere on social media. Come find me and connect with me.
Who would be better in your dance class? Chris Hammer, who is 21 years old, but he's like a 50-year-old, or me?
Well, I don't. He's like a 50-year-old. And then
Oh, he's the oldest 21-year-old you've ever seen in your life.
I am horrible at dancing. You do not want to see
I have
me
to
out
say,
there.
you have a couple shots of tequila and you'll do perfect.
I'll be like Elaine out there doing the little kicks. Johnette, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
An NFL player in trouble with the law. Cloudy and 24 degrees at our Radio 1 studios. The next few hours will feel a little warmer than the same time yesterday. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:33. New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs faces criminal charges, including strangulation, over an incident from earlier this month.
Diggs' attorney appeared virtually at a motions hearing in Dedham, Massachusetts. He tells Fox News, quote, Stephon Diggs categorically denies these allegations. They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur. Stephon looks forward to establishing the truth in a court of law. Now, according to reports, the charges stem from an alleged incident on December 2nd. That's the day after the Patriots beat the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. In a statement, the NFL says they are aware of the matter.
And that's Fox's Nate Foy reporting. Diggs has a court date on January 23rd, which falls just 2 days before the AFC Championship game. The man accused of placing explosives near the RNC and DNC headquarters in 2021 in federal court today. Brian Cole Jr.'s legal team is pushing for his release while he waits for trial, citing his autism diagnosis. A storm could hit by tomorrow, just as people head out for New Year's Eve, forecasters say. WIBC's Ryan Hedrick reports.
You'll probably see snow on the ground from earlier this week, and the New Year's Eve system moving in will add even more measurable snowfall.
We do expect that there's better potential for some light accumulations, especially if you're along and kind of north of Interstate 74.
National Weather Service forecaster Mike Ryan.
Right now, thinking maybe we see a half inch.
Ryan says people that live near Kokomo and Muncie could see a little bit more snow than that. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Later tonight, number 16 USC will play TCU in the Valero Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. The kickoff is at 9 Eastern. And Tiger Woods is celebrating his 50th birthday today, making him eligible for the Senior Pro Golf Tour. He's still working his way back from several physical setbacks and operations following a 2021 car crash. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute. It's 3:35.
Is your home stressing you out? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. We will buy any property in any condition. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
We have two homes that we live in, one here in Indianapolis, one down on the Ohio River. We're both over 80. We want to simplify. We receive a tremendous amount of phone calls on properties we have. A lot of them are very aggravating. You're not going to buy it over the phone, so let's don't kick tires. Come and look, say yay or nay, and then we can both go on down the street. And so James did come. He was there early, waiting on me, which I appreciated. Looked it over, we talked, chatted. James, he did a good job. Did what he said he was going to do. I would recommend it.
You can rest at ease when doing business with Simple Quarters because we keep our word.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME. That's 317-687-HOME.
Traffic now on 93 WIBC. What do you have, Matt Bear?
Jake, I'm looking at the northwest side of Pike Township, northbound 65, stop and go traffic 71st Street up to 79th. East side, southbound 465, stop and go around Washington Street. Downtown, southbound 65, 70 slow, Michigan Street to the south split. Inbound 69, slow 96 to 82nd, and northbound 69, slow roll off 465 up to 96th Street. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center with Tara Hastings.
Mostly cloudy conditions tonight. Some light snow showers developing north of Indianapolis. Lows near 25. Cloudy for your Wednesday. More snow developing later in the evening with highs near 35. I'm WISH TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
More fraud investigation in Minnesota. You may have heard our news anchor Johnette Cruz talking about this a little bit earlier. Feds continuing their work in Minnesota trying to get to the bottom of this massive, and the word massive I don't even think does this justice when you're talking about up to billions of dollars, Chris.
Right.
Massive fraud. Now, you knew two things were going to happen here. Number one, Governor Old Balls Tim Walz is going to do everything in his power to stay in power. There are people wanting him to resign in disgrace over this, but since when does disgrace ever bother Tim Walz? He's not going anywhere.
Democrats' corruption? I'm shocked.
Shocked, I say. And you knew certain factions of the national news media would try to make this sound like it's not that big of a deal. Oh, what's a couple $1 billion between friends and taxpayers? Which brings us to CNN Newsnight, and their host, Abby Phillip, who I've made the claim since Don Lemon was unceremoniously canned at CNN, Abby has taken the torch of the dumbest person on television. Because you got to remember, Joy Reid doesn't have a gig anymore. Don doesn't have a televised gig anymore. I think it's Abby. I really do. I think she has taken that moniker. She doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal. And look, just because conservatives are finding out there's millions and billions of dollars in fraud taking place and have been for a long time, doesn't mean it's some sort of cover-up.
The idea that this has not been investigated is completely bunk. That is not true. It not only has it been reported, it is being investigated, as the Trump DOJ is actually trying to point out tonight. So just because conservatives are finding out about something for the first time doesn't make it new and doesn't make it some kind of cover-up.
Oh, just because you're finding out billions of dollars have been screwed for the taxpayers. Oh, there's no cover-up. This is just your average, everyday $1 billion scheme.
Oh, yeah, like every state happens. I mean, I'd be curious, what would her stance on this? Would she still have this same stance if this was, let's say, Florida or Texas that this was happening in? Do you think she would still have this same stance that it's not that big of a deal?
Oh, she would want DeSantis to resign in disgrace. They would have like mobile trucks outside of DeSantis's house, or down in Texas outside of Governor Abbott's house. You'd have AOC down there, Jasmine Crockett calling him Hot Wheels, doing all types of ridiculous things. You're absolutely right. That's a great point. I promise you, the dumbest woman on television, Abby Phillip, would feel a little differently if it were a red state. But here's the thing, Chris. We can't be naive about this. This type of thing is probably happening in every state. Now, I know Governor Braun has been coming out saying, hey, we're cracking down. We're looking for this. Better not do it in Indiana. But you know this is happening elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
California, New York, even maybe the flyover states. I mean, this was happening in Minnesota. Now, granted, it's a bit of a liberal zoo up there. When you look at who their AG is, Keith Ellison, and then you get into your mayor, that little weenie, Jacob Fry, and now look who your governor is, Old Balls Tim Walz. I mean, it's like the cantina scene in Star Wars up in Minnesota. These are the freaks we're dealing with, but it's happening everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really? You mean to tell me that the government is corrupt? No. Our government wouldn't do that to us, would they?
Again, my shocked face. Speaking of CNN, I think the only reason to watch that network is when Scott Jennings comes in. Again, Scott Jennings comes in there, and it's almost like in Major League where Ricky Vaughn comes out of the bullpen and Wild Things blaring in the background, because he knows he's walking into the jungle. It's going to be a panel of about 5 people, and they're all going to agree with each other, and he's going to be the one true conservative. And listen, I will give CNN this, and Nigel and I mention this quite often. When MSNBC wants to bring on a Republican, who do they bring on? They bring on Liz Cheney. They bring on Kinzinger. They bring on, Meghan McCain. They don't bring on somebody that has Trump ideals, right? They don't.
If you look at CNN, I think they realize, hey, we got to do something to get people to start watching again. I mean, MSNBC, their ratings, they're not even called MSNBC anymore, right? They went through
MS Now.
Right, they went through
It'll
a whole
be MSNBC to me. It's still Deer Creek, and it's still MSNBC.
But again, it's just a move that they're doing to try to be like, hey, look, this is a new thing. No, it's not. You're still the same old MSNBC you've always been. At least to CNN's credit, they realize their product sucks, and at least they're trying to change it.
Reminds me of that scene in Tommy Boy where they put the guaranteed sticker on the box, but all you're really getting is a guaranteed piece of, well, I think you guys know how that goes. But Scott Jennings went off on liberal commentator Emma Vigeland after she claimed that Israel invaded Gaza just like Russia did Ukraine.
Israel's our ally. Not a single word in your speech for the atrocities that were committed on October the 7th.
We should
not
cut
a single
off arms
word,
tomorrow.
Not a single word for the idea that Israel has every right to defend itself. Not a single word for the fact that Hamas right now is killing people inside of Gaza, their own people. You seem to lay it all at the feet of Israel, a democratic ally in your own country, and you have no negative word for the terrorists who raped and murdered and kidnapped. Zero.
B'Tselem, Israeli human rights group, says they're committing genocide.
You still don't.
Scott Jennings is so good at what he does.
And I love seeing the reaction from these guys when someone actually tries to fight them on. They just sit there with that same stupid, shocked look on their face that someone's actually talking back to them. They sit there almost offended that someone would even think to say that against them, because for years they've had no opposition on this panel.
Right.
It's just been them agreeing with each other. Now they got to actually defend their claims, which, shocker, are pretty stupid.
Now, this commentator that Jennings was going toe-to-toe with, Emma, she's a little younger. And this is something that I've noticed with your generation, Chris. Again, you're 21. There's a lot of people your age that feel like they want to talk politics, but they don't really know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people that feel like Hamas are the innocent victims in this whole Israeli thing because, again, not picking on you, but your generation. We had the story yesterday. You get a lot of your news from TikTok. You get it more from TikTok than you do YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else. And the chances are, if you're getting it from Chinese-ran TikTok, it's probably not going to be something that's very pro-American.
No, and that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, no disrespect. I think my generation's quite frankly stupid, some of the stuff we say out here. And they get their news from TikTok. They get their news from these people that have no idea what they're talking about whatsoever. And they act like it's legitimate claims. And then they go out and act like they know everything about the world and how the world works because random Johnny over here said so on TikTok.
Right. And like on your college campus, you'll see Gays for Palestine. And I know with every fiber of your being, you want to go up to these people and say,
that's like chickens for KFC.
Right.
Are you serious?
Can we talk? Do you even understand what would happen if you went over there with this sign that you have right now? Like, you have to see this crap a lot, right?
Even like some professors that I can tell there that are on the left-leaning spectrum, even they think that was stupid. That was the exact quote that one of them said. He's like, you know, I get that this is a complicated topic, but saying gays for Palestine is like saying, well, chickens for KFC. You're supporting the people that want to kill you. That's stupid.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hammer here for Window Nation, and it is on like Donkey Kong. Window Nation's end of the year sale. Big deal, but time is running out. You could save big with 50% off all window styles. All styles. You find the one you like, 50% off. Plus 0% financing for 5 years. This sale ends soon. So if you're just sitting around, not doing anything, pick up the phone and call Window Nation today. Lock the deal in. Speak to somebody. They'll answer any question you have. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. I am a Window Nation customer, and when you've got ridiculous cold weather and winds like we've had here in Indy recently, you got to have good windows, man. And my heating bill has been lower and my house stays comfortable. And it's because of these energy efficient windows from Window Nation. 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. Ask about their big end of the year sale.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
All right, Matthew, what are we looking at?
All right, fellas, looking at southbound 69, slow 96th Street, 2465, southbound 6570, a 3-minute delay from the north split to the south split. East side, southbound 465, slow from 70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. And on the northeast side, northbound 69, it slows 465 to 82nd Street. Crashes east side, Post Road at Brookville Road, and a crash, Sherman Drive, north of Massachusetts Avenue. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
24 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up a little bit later on, caller roulette. For the first time in the news studio, we'll do a little caller roulette later on. And also, as we get closer and closer to a new year, we've been looking back at 2025. And I've tasked Chris with taking a look at the biggest sports stories in Indiana.
That's right.
So that's coming up a little bit later on. And speaking of sports, I want your thoughts on this, Chris.
Yep.
Once again, Hall of Fame finalists for the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. They announced the list of finalists. Reggie Wayne back on the list. Adam Vinatieri back on the list.
Good. That's awesome. Adam Vinatieri should have been in the Hall of Fame last year. I mean, if you're going to put kickers in the Hall of Fame, he's the GOAT of kickers. He's the greatest kicker of all time.
Right.
And it's ridiculous that he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer last year. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a position on the field.
Right.
And he has had some of the biggest moments of anybody. Game-winning Super Bowl kicks, won a Super Bowl for 2 different teams. One of the most money clutch dudes of all time.
Right.
And you're right. I get quarterbacks and receivers and running backs get all the attention. All right, fine. But a kicker is a position on the field.
Right.
And if you're going to put some in the Hall of Fame, he should have been a first ballot.
Right. And Reggie Wayne on here is, I believe this is what, the 7th year in a row that he's on there. And I hope he gets in. I think he deserves it, but he's been up against some pretty good classes in the past. But
it's tough for receivers,
Yes.
unless you're like a generational
like Larry
Calvin Johnson, Larry
yeah.
Fitzgerald type. It's tough. They usually make those receivers wait for a little while. So again, crossing our fingers. I think they both belong, but Adam Vinatieri especially,
right,
the greatest kicker in the history of the NFL. Dateline, British Columbia, Canada. There was an armed standoff outside of a house, and the feds were there. The SWAT team was there. And then some townie showed up wearing a Batman costume and was trying to help the SWAT team and walked up to the officers. Now, they told him, this is a crime scene. You need to get the hell out of here. But Batman didn't go anywhere.
Batman doesn't listen to the rules, right?
No, he does not. Ultimately, the standoff ended peacefully. Maybe that's because he saw Batman outside. I don't know.
Hey, if I'm in a standoff and I see Batman outside, I'm giving it up. I'm not taking my chances with Batman.
It's going to peacefully end when I see a dude standing out there with like the hard-ass Fed dudes who are all in their walkie-talkies and they're blaring the music and they got the speakers. There's the big armored vehicle, and here's some fat dude dressed up like Batman with his hands on his hip. Can I help? Oh, it's so good. It reminds me of when we were down on the Circle when we were at the other building and Gen Con was going on. And this was when the Ferguson riots had happened. This is like early on in the Hammer and Nigel show afternoon run. The Ferguson riots had taken place. And the lie that came out of there was hands up, don't shoot. Remember? Never happened, but the media's never said, oh, let's let facts, matter here. So this story that Michael Brown said, don't shoot with his hands up, never happened. But anyway, Hands Up, Don't Shoot protests were happening all over the country, all over America. There was one on Monument Circle, and there was some dude out there on a bullhorn, hands up, don't shoot. And at the same time of like the most poignant, passionate moment, because Gen Con was in town, some dude with bags of like souvenirs and a full Chewbacca suit started walking across. Hands up! Don't shoot! Full Chewbacca suit. Like fur, the pants.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was the best thing ever. You could not have scripted that any better. Great moments in superheroes saving the day history. All right, coming up next, we've got some good news. I think we've got some safe news. And there's a guy in Pittsburgh that I could actually relate to. Now, he tried to strangle somebody, but I'm going to tell you why I can relate to him when we come back. We're rolling. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Weight loss medication before, but it was compounded semaglutide. That is not what Premier Weight Loss uses, and I have had no nausea. I'm losing weight, and I feel great. And not just physically. I'm talking mentally as well. I feel good about myself. Hey, with Premier Weight Loss, it's a totally different experience than I've had with other weight loss providers. Their offices are professional and relaxing. You deal one-on-one with a specialist that will tailor a unique and specific plan for your weight loss journey.
Since I've been working with Premier Weight Loss, I've lost over 11 pounds in 1 month. I'm still drinking beer. I'm still eating steak, but the cravings for all the nonsensical other things, gone. I feel better. They've came up with a plan specifically for me. These guys are legit. I've seen it. I'm walking living proof. PWLindy.com. That's PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
always on time or you don't pay your time. Always on time or you don't pay your time.
independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Are you ready for retirement or just hoping for the best? At Wise Money Radio, we bring you the strategies, stories, and straight talk you need to make your money work smarter so you can live wiser. From taxes and healthcare costs to Social Security and income planning, we cut through the noise to give you the clarity you deserve. Listen to Wise Money Radio with Joe Wilson of Omega Wealth Private Capital, Saturday mornings at 5 right here on 93.1 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, why Indianapolis police were on the east side yesterday evening, Domestic incidents can be unpredictable at times for police officers over the holiday season, and a billboard in Indianapolis is promoting abortion services based in Illinois. Those stories coming up next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Accused of supporting a terror group, I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. A Texas man facing charges, undercover police officers say, was attempting to give money and bomb-making components to ISIS.
This investigation started back in October when an undercover NYPD officer flagged a social media account belonging to John Michael Garza Jr. The account followed several pro-ISIS pages and commented on ISIS posts. The undercover officer started talking with Garza, who described himself as a 21-year-old Mexican-American living in Texas. Over the course of 2 months, Garza sent ISIS media releases to the undercover agent, including videos of suicide bombings and instructional bomb-making videos.
Fox's Brooke Taylor in Dallas. The Department of Homeland Security announcing today it's launching a massive fraud operation into allegations of fraud in Minnesota. The probe follows the release of a video by an independent journalist that questioned daycare center operators, suggesting many are taking taxpayer money but have no children at their facilities.
Minnesota's Department of Human Services tells Fox News it has 55 active investigations involving child care centers, including those highlighted in the viral video. But at this point, no funding has been paused for any of the businesses. As we've reported, this issue of fraud at child care centers in the Twin Cities has been around for more than a decade, and it was an issue during Tim Walz's first campaign for governor back in 2018. Despite those concerns, Walz has consistently increased funding for the child care programs that are now being investigated. He even bragged about it last year during the vice presidential debate.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. A shelter-in-place order has been lifted for residents in one rural Kentucky community. This after a CSX train derailment resulting in a chemical leak and a fire. It happened in Todd County, southern part of the state. 31 rail cars came off the tracks. No injuries reported. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A man who was shot outside is dead. It's cloudy and 25 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. That's what Indy Metro Police are looking into. It was near Indy's east side on Moore Avenue near Washington and South Rural Streets before 6 o'clock yesterday evening. Officers say they spotted the man near train tracks, and that's where he died. And they believe that was either medical or weather related. Police in Hendricks County arrested a man from Indianapolis on Christmas Day who was chased by police for going 110 miles per hour in a stolen car. Eniakan Odutayo crashed into another car in Plainfield, say court documents. He and the other driver hit were both taken to a hospital, and police said today Odutayo is in the Hendricks County Jail facing 9 criminal charges. Domestic violence calls are more frequent around the holidays.
That's why IMPD says they make sure their officers are prepared to experience anything and everything. I'm Jarrett Lewis. IMPD officer Tommy Thompson tells Wish TV that...
So there's a propensity where an individual who's been violent towards a domestic partner may be violent towards an officer. That's where it takes officers being vigilant and ensuring that it's a safe outcome for all involved.
And there are a few organizations they know that can help in situations like this, including the Julian Center and the Indianapolis Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A billboard in Indianapolis is promoting abortion services from an organization based in Danville, Illinois.
I don't think it should be allowed that other states can come in and advertise things that we as Hoosiers have said are not Hoosier values and are not legal in our state.
And that's Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. He says the billboard is likely legal since it's for an out-of-state service, but any effort to ban it would need legislative approval and could face challenges under federal interstate commerce laws. And the top-ranked IU football team landed in L.A. last night ahead of Thursday's Rose Bowl against Alabama. The game kicks off 4 o'clock Thursday. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 4:04.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed, or your money back. No matter how many times you failed in the past, this hypnosis is guaranteed to work.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I've lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Only $59.99. Hypnosis to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:05 with Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, southbound 6570. Stop and go traffic after the north split to the south split. Crash on the east side, Sherman Drive, north of Massachusetts Avenue. On the east side, southbound 465 slows after Washington to South Shadeland. And northbound 465 stop and go from 71st up to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure, coming soon. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center with Stephen Deanna.
We'll track the potential for a few snow showers tonight with lows in the mid-20s. New Year's Eve for Wednesday will have a higher chance of snowfall in the mix in the afternoon to early nighttime hours. Can't rule out a light coating of snow in the Indy metro, and then temperatures are going to rise into the mid-30s on Wednesday with breezy winds, and then will fall into the upper 20s by the ball drop at midnight. New Year's Day on Thursday to kick off 2026 will be cold, with highs only in the upper 20s by Thursday afternoon. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level, on The Go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
I think this is good. I'll count this as good news. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. I'm Jason Hammer. Chris Hammer.
How's it going?
The boy filling in for Big Nige today. So, again, when you get toward the end of the year, you start getting a lot of statistics and data and reports and all that stuff. But it looks like, according to folks who factor in, emergency room visits and everything in between, overdoses in this country starting to go down. Drug overdoses plummeting. And it's not just fentanyl. We're talking coke, meth, all of them falling. And Chris, I can't help but think there might be a reason as to why this is happening.
I think there might be a reason this is happening too. And just correct me if I'm wrong, but my spidey sense is saying that it might be because we're actually taking care of our southern border now.
Oh, that's right. That little thing that Kamala Harris was supposed to be the czar of for 4 years that completely went unchecked and is wide open. Yeah. That, it's funny how if you actually do what you're supposed to do, not create new laws, but actually just practice the ones that you have, like running a secure border, these types of things will happen. You will see less fentanyl. You will see less cocaine. You'll see less heroin, meth. Now, I'm not naive. You're still going to see a lot of it.
Right.
Drugs in this country are big business.
Right.
But if you can help a little bit, you'll see the numbers start to go down.
And when you actually start cracking down on these drug traffickers, as we see with these boat explosions that Trump just puts out on social media, which I love. Anytime we do that, he just drops like a Call of Duty style kill cam on Twitter.
That's what I want the White House to do at the stroke of midnight tomorrow. I want there to be a big countdown at the White House or even Mar-a-Lago. And as soon as it hits 0 for a brand new year, I want Pete Hegseth to hit a button and we blow up a drug boat.
But you start taking care of these drug dealers and these drug traffickers and your numbers start to fall. It's a noble concept that clearly works, but If you ask the last administration, they'll probably tell you different.
Oh, they said it was fine.
Yeah.
There was no problem at all at the border. Kamala, bless her heart, said she didn't have to go, but she's also never been to Europe.
Oh, right. Yes.
But it was a problem. And honestly, it wasn't that hard to fix.
No.
That's what's frustrating about the whole thing. It took a couple weeks, honestly, for the border to be in better shape. And now it's a smooth, well-oiled machine down there. But big picture here, if you put people in positions of power that do what they're supposed to, you will see success, right? Tom Homan, you might not like him. He's not the most, lovable, scratchy-feely guy, but he is the most valuable member to Trump's administration. You can make a case for Marco Rubio, and I would listen to that. But Tom Homan and Rubio are 1A and 1B in terms of their importance.
And you tell me that when you put people in jobs that they actually know what they're doing, stuff works?
Right. Now, I'm wondering if you can take this same philosophy of the border, where if you do what you're supposed to do, you'll see overdoses go down. Could you apply that same logic to crime in various big blue cities?
Oh, I think you definitely can. But again, it's one of those in theory things, but we'll never see that come to fruition with the way that elections, mainly here in Indianapolis, go. I mean, no matter how bad things can get in this city, the mayor's election is still going to be a 60-40 margin for a Democratic victory. Same thing with the prosecutor's race. So, in theory, yes. But will it happen? No.
Because right now, crime, homicides are down from year to year, which is good. Because I say it all the time. You're not supposed to set a record every year.
Right.
No, this is good news. Between police technology, the way they're policing, maybe some of these groups on the streets, okay, we're making progress here. Now, we could, in theory, get this number under 100 homicides per year, like we had not that long ago, if, and this is where you were alluding to earlier, Chris, if you had competent people instead of activist judges, activist prosecutors, and mayors who wants to throw the police department under the bus. Now, with Hogsett, he gives the police money, but then he throws them under the bus at the same time. So, honestly, if you're looking at the hierarchy of people who are a pain in the ass to law-abiding citizens here, I think it goes Ryan Mears 1, activist judges 2, and then Hogsett comes in at a distant third. And I can't believe I'm in a position to say Hogsett's not the worst here, but the judges and the prosecutor, if you could get just competent people who put the activism to the side, you could, in Indianapolis, get these numbers under 100. And that's without trying to change the way you classify homicides. Because I know Boss Hogsett tried to do that earlier in the year.
Oh, yes. And again, it can easily be done. It's just a question of, are the citizens of Indianapolis willing to accept that their party is not working right now? You look at these numbers.
The citizens aren't, and neither are the business community.
No.
The Indy Chamber endorsed Joe Hogsett for mayor the last election. Now, mind you, Hogsett was nowhere to be found when these buildings were having Molotov cocktails thrown in, bricks thrown through, and were looted out, and some were set on fire. He let these stores be thrown to the wolves, and the business community endorsed Joe Hogsett. That's Indianapolis.
That's ridiculous.
That's what you need to know about Indianapolis. Tomorrow night, New Year's Eve, 350 National Guard troops have been deployed in New Orleans. Now, if you remember, it was just over a year ago, almost a year to the date, that there was a big, deadly explosion that took place on Bourbon Street, and it caused a delay in, I think it was Notre Dame in Georgia playing in the Sugar Bowl.
There's the big Sugar Bowl game that was going on down there. A lot of people out, a lot of people at bars, and then just horrible act that happened down there.
Seemed like there was a real failure somewhere in local law enforcement. And again, I'm very pro-police. You guys know this. But they did not have very good layout and plans for what was happening for New Orleans. The streets that were supposed to be blocked weren't. They didn't have the proper guardrails up. People were getting ran over. Like, it was a mess. It was really bad.
Which was really surprising to me, considering how popular Bourbon Street is, especially on a holiday like New Year's Eve, where it's, almost tradition for people to go out to the bars and stuff around there. It's really surprising that they wouldn't have it down to a science of how to keep that place safe.
Yeah, the car being able to drive where it was, no excuse for that. And you appreciate, what we do here in Indy a little more, because we host big events too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, New Orleans, this is one of the biggest party cities in America.
Right.
But you've got to be able to protect the people. When we have the greatest one-day sporting event in the world every year, the Indianapolis 500-mile race, 350,000 people go in, 350,000 people, for the most part, come out. Right. There's some drunkards that are passed out in the snake pit, but that's not a public safety issue, right?
No.
Our police, our organizers, state police, IMPD, they do a great job. I don't know what happened down in New Orleans last year, but this year, 350 National Guard troops have been deployed. Before we hit a traffic hit with Matt Baer here, Dateline Pittsburgh, a guy near Pittsburgh facing criminal charges after he tried to strangle a guy who would not stop singing Christmas carols. He's facing several charges, including aggravated assault. Now, Kurt Geralds, who's filling in for producer Allison today, I kind of feel like, just based off of the body language I saw from you, I feel like you might be with me on this one, saying, I don't condone what happened here, but I understand.
I'm not saying what he did is right, but I understand.
Now, Clark Griswold Jr. over here, Mr. Christmas, like if my wife is the crazy Christmas lady along with the coupons, this is Clark Griswold Jr. over here. Walk me through your thoughts.
Well, I'm also kind of with this guy, even as someone who is a big Christmas person, but the story says they wouldn't stop singing Christmas carols. Like, after a while, it would get really annoying if you just stay on my front porch singing at the top of your lungs after you're supposed to leave. Like, at some point, you got to leave. And if you're not, then, well, I'm going to come out and take care of the situation.
And I don't care where you're at. Imagine being picked up in an Uber and your driver is just constantly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. That would drive you insane.
Oh, it would. It totally would.
So, again, I don't condone strangling people, but I get it. In my mind, I'm at my wit's end. I'm stressed out, fighting with my old lady. I got job problems. Then I've got somebody singing Sleigh Ride for the next 20 minutes. It won't shut the hell up. I get it. I get it. Matt Baer is standing by. Matt Baer, you ever strangle a guy?
Not recently, man.
Good. Good for you.
I gave that up a long time ago.
I was wondering what happened to Ari.
Southbound 6570 stop-and-go traffic, north split down to the south split because of construction. Crash, Carmel, 116th Street at Keystone Parkway, reportedly on one of the ramps. Northbound 465, northeast side slow, 71st up to I-69. And on the east side, southbound 465 slow from Washington to South Shadeland. Traffic sponsored by Supershore. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, Jeremiah on Twitter. I don't condone those actions, but I understand. Thank you, Jeremiah. Right now, 24 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Jump on that WIBC YouTube chat. WIBC's YouTube page. There's a chat, there's cameras. All we're asking is 49 people to go give us a thumbs up. If you're ready to have a much better 2026 than you had in 2025, get your rear ends to WIBC's YouTube page. It's good luck to give us a thumbs up. It's good luck to give us a like. Help us get to 100. All right, coming up next, a fun round of Is This Anything?
Another day, another tire trashing, car killing pothole.
I swear Matt has a sixth sense for potholes.
From road rage to cone zones, that Bear's already ahead of it.
South side northbound 65 under construction from 465 to the south split. Well, wait a minute. The reroute's also under construction, and that's going to be going on until the end of next year.
He's basically the traffic whisperer.
Hey, Let's be friendly out there.
Matt Baird Traffic, mornings and afternoons on WIBC.
Hammer here for our retirement guy, Bill Demery. Bill Demery, based here in Indy. He is my retirement guy, Nigel's retirement guy, and he should be yours because he explains things in a way that you can easily understand. The world of retirement, the world of finances, it can be pretty complicated. It can be pretty intimidating. But the way Bill breaks it down, you'll understand how to get your money to work for you. So if you'd like to get a 20% upfront bonus, that's right, upfront bonus when you invest your money, contact Bill Demery. If you'd like to get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years, contact Bill Demery. And you'll sleep well at night knowing that your money and everything is backed up by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. Call Bill Demery, the best. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And during Toyotathon, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $339 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models. Approved credit plus tax tag title license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Corolla model 1852. 39 months. $29.99 due. Zero security. 10,000 annual miles. 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 12/31/25.
Time now for the Retirement Report with Casey Weed. Megan Mozak here with financial advisor Casey Weed, founder and CEO with Howard Bailey Financial. Volatility in the markets can make for some sleepless nights for people worried about their retirement money. Casey, what advice do you have to help us get through these volatile times?
Well, remember, Megan, markets cycle, so volatility is normal. If you're worried, you probably don't have a plan. A risk analysis can help you determine if you're overexposed to market risk. A retirement advisor can help you make adjustments so your allocation matches your goals and your comfort level. If you're worried about volatility in the markets, you probably don't have a plan, but we have a great resource to help our listeners today. We call it the Retire with Purpose Toolkit, and you can get it by calling or texting KIT to 888-494-5004. My team helped to put this together just for you, and it's complimentary. The center of it is a copy of my latest book, Job Optional. It has chapters on everything from investments to Social Security to income planning. We also include guides on other big topics like long-term care and strategies for helping to reduce your taxes in retirement. Just call or text KIT, K-I-T, to 888-494-5004. 888-494-5004.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire with Purpose Toolkit today. Just text KIT to 888-494-5004. The team at Howard Bailey Financial will get your Retire with Purpose Toolkit to you right away. So simply call or text KIT to 888-494-5004.
Howard Bailey Securities LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. This is prepared for informational purposes only. It does not address specific investment objectives or the financial situation. Firm does not provide tax services.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on TrainerGames.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Is This Anything? Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov. Chris Hammer, who's filling in for Big Nige, he's going to play the game. Have you gone to indianaunclaimed.gov and searched your name? Do you have any money laying out there?
I need to do that. It's something I always hear about, but I need to go see that. I mean, I don't think I would, but it don't hurt to try. So I'll definitely get on that sometime soon.
Check it out. Don't wait. indianaunclaimed.gov. All right. 41% of Americans say Taco Bell is their favorite drunk dining hangout. So if you've been overserved, it's late in the night, or maybe it's during the day, maybe you go hard in the paint. Taco Bell, according to 41% of Americans, say that is the favorite and premier drunk dining spot, followed by McDonald's and then Waffle House. And on average, we consume an extra 775 calories after a heavy night of drinking. Is this anything?
Yes, this is something because I, for the most part, agree with this list right here. When I have functions with my friends and it's late, we're hungry, mainly because I also think this is on the list because these are the only things that are open late at night when people tend to be out of it like that.
Right. Denny's, Waffle House, Taco Bell. If you live in like a college campus, that was like La Bamba's back in the day. The burritos as big as your head. I don't know if they're still around, but holy Lord, they hit the spot when you were hammered.
Oh, yeah. And I agree that for now, I think Taco Bell is that for us because out of all the fast food spots out there, it's probably the most cheap option out there, considering fast food has gotten a lot more expensive in recent days.
Right.
But Taco Bell, when you're drunk, does hit the spot right there. I can confirm from past experiences there. And in terms of like Waffle House, I think Waffle House and Denny's are interchangeable. That's more for like the day after,
Careful.
I feel like.
Uh-oh. Fighting words.
Let's
Producer
not
Kurt.
compare Denny's to Waffle House.
We don't like that?
Waffle Home is always there when you need it after a long night out. Don't ever compare it to Denny's.
Okay. Fighting words.
I see it.
The YouTube chat says White Castle. What happened to White Castle?
That's a good point.
That's an underrated option right there.
It is. And I don't know if I've ever had a drunk dining experience in White Castle. It's usually burgers to go.
Right.
Now, I've had a fancy dining experience on Valentine's Day in White Castle where they do like the table cover and the candle, and then you eat all the food and the rest of the night nobody wants to have sex. I have done that experience before, but I don't know if I've had the Harold and Kumar like experience, which it's impossible to watch that movie and not want White Castle at the end of it.
Just makes you want to crave case.
And this brings us to great moments in Taco Bell history, because Taco Bell was named America's favorite drunk dining spot. I believe this is in Philadelphia, where there was a dispute about somebody cutting in the drive-thru line.
All right, when are you guys gonna move? Somebody cutting in front of somebody, taking advantage of the situation. No, I'm not. I'm calling the police because what you did is...
Oh my God, it's Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. Like, everyone's gonna eat.
But how she just gonna cut in front of somebody?
It's not worth your energy.
And I'm willing to bet the staff at that Taco Bell, that probably wasn't even the top 5 craziest things they saw that night.
Oh, no, there's definitely, they've seen crazier things. But anytime I see this clip, it just cracks me up. And I love the people behind mid-argument that are just laying on their horns. That makes it so much better. Like, they know nobody's going to go anywhere, but it just adds to the atmosphere of just the constant horn honking at this lady who's calling the cops over someone cutting in line at the Taco Bell drive-thru.
Great moments in Taco Bell history. This is where somebody had a big, massive order and they were causing a backup in the drive-thru line. So one lovely young lady decided to be the investigative journalist and find out what was going on. And then she became the town crier and alerted everybody else of what was happening.
Oh my God. Yo, the reason this line is so long, because this ordered $300 worth of tacos. They didn't get
Great moments in Taco Bell history. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
More than 100 million wild animals are killed each year illegally. Poaching is a major threat to our country's wildlife. I'm Tom Barry. I'm an actor with a desire to preserve living space for wildlife. The Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust does just that. Works with private landowners to protect wildlife, to preserve natural habitats. To learn more or to work with the Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust, call 800-729-SAVE. That's 800-729-SAVE or visit wildlifelandtrust.org. Thank you.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he did, 25 degrees in downtown Indianapolis and cloudy. I'm Jake McDaniel, and here's what's trending at 4:30. New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs faces charges of felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault in Massachusetts for what happened at his home earlier this month. Diggs smacked a personal chef across the face and choked her. His lawyer says the crime didn't happen, though. He has a court date set for late January, 2 days before the AFC Championship game, which is the 25th of January. Snow could fall again tonight, but forecasters say it's a weak system passing north of Indianapolis.
And that may be able to generate another round of scattered flurries, maybe light snow showers, similar to what we're seeing here, especially across the northern half of central Indiana.
That's forecaster Mike Ryan with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis. He says a stronger snow system moves in on New Year's Eve, reaching northern cities first and then arriving in Indianapolis area around sunset. Federal agents are looking into a Minneapolis daycare center after a viral video raised questions about its funding.
Not only DHS and FBI agents on the ground along with ICE, but the Small Business Administration is now halting all federal funding to the state after identifying $430 million in PPP loans in Minnesota that are suspected of fraud. Minnesota's Department of Human Services tells Fox News it has 55 active investigations involving child care centers. But at this point, despite the red flags, the agency hasn't paused funding for any of those businesses.
And that's Fox's Garrett Tenney. State Republicans are using the clip to highlight what they describe as years of unchecked theft from public programs. If you need to get gas today, you're paying an average of nearly $2.75 a gallon, says AAA. That's in Indiana. The national average is $2.83. And the Indianapolis Colts said they're expected to start rookie quarterback Riley Leonard on Sunday against the Houston Texans. The kickoff is set for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. With your WIBC closing bell report, the Dow lost 94 points to 48,367. The S&P 500 dropped by nearly 10 points to 6896. And the NASDAQ also down by 55 points to 23,419. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather now. It's 4:33.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Traffic now at 4:34. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Jake, right now it's a Christmas tree stuck on the entrance ramp from Southport Road 2 southbound 69. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Looking at southbound 69, slow after 96th Street to 465. Southbound 6570, stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split. That is construction. Northbound 65 slows after Raymond up to Washington Street. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast now from the American Standard Heating Weather Center with Stephen Deanna.
Snow showers possible tonight, lows in the mid-20s. New Year's Eve for Wednesday will track a higher chance for snow in the afternoon and early nighttime hours. A light coating of snow is possible in Indy with highs in the mid-30s, and then we're down to the upper 20s by the ball drop. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Again, New Year's Eve here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. I'm Jason Hammer. Chris Hammer filling in for Nigel.
How's it going?
I challenged the boy here with coming up with the biggest sports stories of the year in Indiana, because all week on this program, we've been taking a look back. Johnette Cruz from the newsroom, she's been doing a series each day at 3:20. She'll be back tomorrow for the year in review, look at celebrity deaths and pop culture and all that type of stuff, entertainment. We've talked about the biggest stories in Indiana. We've talked about the biggest stories nationally. But let's keep it in the Hoosier State here, Chris.
Yep.
The biggest sport stories this past year.
Oh, it was a great year for sports in Indiana this past year. A lot of great stuff happened. The big thing that I think is the biggest thing that happened this year, and it's up for debate, but I think the biggest thing that happened this year was the Pacers NBA Finals run. Not a lot of people remember that January 1st, the start of the year, Pacers kind of started off really slow this year. Like they didn't really start turning it around until January hit and the new year hit. So at this time of January, people were like, well, I hope the Pacers can just make the playoffs. And they ended up going all the way to the NBA Finals. And we got that great matchup against the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. That brings back a lot of old memories from the old rivalry. But, man, Halliburton hitting that shot against the Knicks, that was just the best thing ever.
He's in the lane. He nearly lost it. He backs up and unloads a three. Oh! That did not happen! It hit the back of the rim. It popped high into the air, and it dropped gently through the net.
Now,
Mark Boyle on the Pacer Radio Network.
I believe that we were in Nashville when this game happened, because me and you were going to see AC/DC during the time of this game.
Right.
And we got back to the hotel to see how the Pacers made this comeback. And we see the ball hits the brick, goes up. Everyone thinks the game's over, comes right back down.
You guys didn't see this live?
No.
Oh.
We were at Nissan Stadium watching
Fair.
AC/DC.
Fair.
But that's also the same day that Jim Irsay passed away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So my phone's getting blown up all night long. First it was, the Irsay news. Did you see this? Is this real? Is this, legitimate? Because sometimes, even if somebody's got a blue check mark on Twitter, it doesn't mean anything. But my phone blew up for that. And then later it became the Pacers game and the Halliburton shot.
That's right. I remember we were at that concert, and I think I learned of the Irsay news because I have the notifications from the ESPN app on, and that's really the first credible notification that I got that Jim Irsay had passed away, and that was kind of a busy day for the sports story in Indiana. Sad to see Jim go. He's such a nice guy for the Colts. But moving on to some more happy news and football news in the state of Indiana. Some people would argue that this may be the biggest story, is this IU Rose Bowl #1 overall ranked run that they're going on right now. And the reason I put the Pacers over is because IU was really good like last year. Well, so was the Pacers, but the whole year IU was just dominant. And we've never really seen that from an IU football team. Now, people have grown up.
They were the more physical team in pretty much every game.
They played a more physical game than Ohio State in a Big Ten championship game. Now, IU's football team, not their basketball team, their football team played a more physical game than Ohio State. But there was a moment when we thought that it could all derail. They had to go to Penn State to play them, which is a tough environment to play.
And they'd fired their coach at this point, and the wheels were kind of falling off. But this was the one big game Penn State still had scheduled, circled on their schedule to say, hey, we can still do this. We were a preseason top 5 team here, and they gave the Hoosiers all they wanted.
Oh, boy, they did. And it took a miracle last-minute comeback from the Hoosiers to get that game done.
Mendoza in the backfield, back to throw. Pressure comes again, throws it to the end zone, and the catch is made. Is it a touchdown? Touchdown! Unbelievable! Omar Cooper with a grab, and he put his foot down. It's a score for Indiana.
That's Fish on the IU radio network. And I hear everybody say that was the Heisman moment for Mendoza, right? That was his Heisman moment. How about that catch?
Right.
Like Omar Cooper being able to drag that foot inbounds after a ridiculously
I still
difficult
don't know how
catch.
he did that. Like, he was up in the air, and it's like he just extended his leg down to get it in there. That was an amazing moment for the Hoosiers right there. And they're in the Rose Bowl now. How many people thought you'd see Indiana football in a Rose Bowl game at sometime this century right now?
Favorite against Alabama.
Right. The Crimson Tide. If you had told me even 2 years ago that IU football is going to be a better team than Alabama, I would have laughed at your face.
The second losingest record in the history of college football is IU. And now they're the number 1 team in the country.
And coming up here in just about 8 minutes, we'll have another round of Alabama jokes. So make sure you stick around for that. What else we got on the list?
Month of May this year was definitely interesting. Indy 500 comes around every year, but it was really hyped up this year. It was the first year that Fox TV had the broadcasting rights for it, and they're really making this a big thing. But the thing that stood out to me is it was cold this year at the Indy 500. Me and you were both there, and
you got to fire the cannon to open up the speedway that day.
I was there out there that morning when they fired off the cannon, and man, it was cold. Like, I've never had to wear, like, in my lifetime, had to wear like a hoodie and sweatpants to the Indy 500, but this year that changed.
And it wasn't a great race. Now, you're Mr. Racing. You love all types of auto sport.
Right.
Why wasn't it a great race?
Man, just these Indy cars with the hybrid unit, it was really kind of weighing them down this year. But the weather also really didn't help. If it was just cold, that would have been great. But there was an off and on sprinkle all day that was making everything moist. And man, the weather was just horrible this year. And I've got some friends that this year it was their first Indy 500 they went to, and I've had to tell them it's normally not like this for the weather. You got to go another year. This is
normally you get like the most bitchin' farmer's tan, sunburn.
Right.
You'll see people just drunk and passed out in the infield. It was cold.
It was really cold. I believe I saw somewhere that said in the modern era of the Indy 500, this was the third coldest race on record. Only like 92 and 97 were colder. So yeah, it was 62 right now would seem great, but for late May, that was freezing out there.
And the wind was howling and it was raining.
Oh, yeah.
Just when you think you're going green, there was a delay for rain and it was a cold rain.
Yeah.
What else is on the list?
We got WWE bringing the Royal Rumble to Indianapolis. I believe that's part of a deal where WWE is bringing like the main 3 pay-per-views to Indianapolis. So the first year of that was this year. So that took place in, I believe, late January, like it always does here.
Now, you and I have a theory that if you go to a WWE event and you see somebody wearing one of those novelty championship belts,
oh yes,
you're able to challenge them and try to steal the belt.
Oh yeah, especially if I've got the novelty Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yes.
I'm cashing in my novelty Money in the Bank briefcase for your novelty belt.
And you need to have a guy in a referee's jersey that can run down there and be able to give you a 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
But
totally.
I don't care if it's a woman or a kid or anybody. If you're going to walk around with the strap, you better be prepared to defend it.
And I don't even care if it's the WWE event because, you know, Tyrese Halliburton, big WWE guy, Pacers fans wear Pacers WWE belts to Pacers game. You're wearing it. I'm going to challenge you. I don't care where it's at.
Money in the Bank.
When WrestleMania comes into town and you and Nige don't take advantage of this with a novelty briefcase and dressing somebody up in a referee costume and running around downtown doing this, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, that needs to happen. So, yeah, I forgot. We were there for that one.
We were.
And it was the John Cena farewell tour, but I have a feeling this is going to be like one of those Kiss farewell tours.
He'll be back eventually.
You'll see him at a Rumble here in about 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anything else?
We had Purdue basketball. We hit on IU, so we'll make the Purdue fans happy. They were number 1 in the country for a little bit there, and then immediately lost it.
Yeah, Iowa State, who's really good, by the way, went into Mackey and just beat the brakes off of Purdue.
They did.
But hat tip to Matt Painter. Like, I know he hasn't won the big one, but they're good every year.
They are.
That program is good every year. It's what IU basketball used to be like. Now Purdue is like that good. But IU won a few banners back in the day.
Right. I'm so tired of hearing these Purdue fans go, those banners in Assembly are dusty. Well, at least they have banners.
Right.
You guys don't have anything at all.
Sound like Cowboys fans.
And the trained people, and Kurt, I'll put you in this category. You train people. They have some banner up in Mackey Arena where they celebrate some sort of championship, like before the West was wild and before like glaciers, had moved in.
Still counts.
No, it does not.
No.
If it's not NCAA, then it does not count. If it's not the March Madness tournament, it does not count. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Train people.
Train people's crazy. No, I think we'll be. I think we're going to hang one this year. I got to feel Braden Smith is one of the best players in the country. I think when we get to March, Purdue will lock in. I got a good feeling this year for some reason.
They were number 1 seed a couple years ago and lost to a 16 seed. So
yeah, it happens. That's the beauty of March Madness.
You sound like Charlie Brown getting ready to kick the football with Lucy holding it. I know it's always been the exact same thing, but this year's going to be different.
This Colts quarterback's going to do good this year.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Hammer here for Bill Demery here in Indy, your retirement guy. So how would you like to get a 20% upfront bonus on your money? When you invest with Bill Demery, you could get a 20% upfront bonus. And how about an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past decade? Again, nobody breaks it down better, nobody explains it better, and nobody gives you results quite like Bill Demery, your retirement guy. And you're going to sleep well at night knowing that all things taking place here, listen, it's your money. You're protective of it. You should be. But all things that Bill Demery does, backed by one of the largest insurance companies in the world. So you don't have to worry about that. Bill Demery, call him right now. Ask about that upfront 20% bonus. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, here in Indy, your retirement guy.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Yeah, so I've had experience with weight loss medication before, but it was compounded semaglutide. That is not what Premier Weight Loss uses, and I have had no nausea. I'm losing weight, and I feel great. And not just physically. I'm talking mentally as well. I feel good about myself. Hey, with Premier Weight Loss, it's a totally different experience than I've had with other weight loss providers. Their offices are professional and relaxing. You deal one-on-one with a specialist that will tailor a unique and specific plan for your weight loss journey.
Since I've been working with Premier Weight Loss, I've lost over 11 pounds in 1 month. I'm still drinking beer. I'm still eating steak, but the cravings for all the nonsensical other things, gone. I feel better. They've came up with a plan specifically for me. These guys are legit. I've seen it. I'm walking living proof. PWLindy.com. That's PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis. Guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com. KC and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, looking at a crash in the north split. It's northbound 65 right after the split, blocking the left lane, blocking the right shoulder, and causing traffic to jam up through the north split almost to Rural Street. Southbound 6570 stop and go. Michigan Street to the south split because of construction, just like northbound 65 from Raymond into the south split. South side eastbound 465 stop and go after 31 265 crash Carmel. 116th Street at Keystone Parkway. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We just need 8 more. 8 more people to go to the WIBC YouTube page. Give us a like. That gets us to 100. 8 people that are ready to have the best damn 2026. I'm telling you, it's going to be good luck. If you don't do it, it's going to be all on you if you have a bad 2026. Don't risk it. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Go to WIBC's YouTube page. Help a brother out here. 24 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And Kurt, I think it's time for some Alabama jokes. Turn it up. So the Hoosiers taking on the Crimson Tide. New Year's Day, Pasadena, the Rose Bowl. IU arrived out to Pasadena, I believe, yesterday. A lot of the fans are going out there now. Man, enjoy it, because this type of stuff doesn't happen all the time.
Oh, no.
Especially for like the IU football program.
Right.
We were talking about this earlier, one of the most losing programs in the history. But since Coach Sig walked in there with a little swagger, he's changed the game, and the transfer portal helps. IU spending some money, and they're the number 1 seed in this whole thing, and they're favorite over Alabama by a touchdown on New Year's Day. So what we've been doing every single day leading up to the game, Alabama jokes. That's right. We're going to make fun of those toothless hillbillies, and there's not a damn thing they're going to say that's going to make me stop.
Let's go.
In Alabama, since so many family members are hooking up with each other, they don't have a family tree, they have a family wreath. Hi-oh! Give it to me, Chris. Let's go.
There you go. As a Tennessee fan, you know I've got one on standby at any given moment. What do you get when you put 100 Alabama Crimson Tide fans in one room? A full set of teeth.
Hi-oh! Hey! Let's go. Let's go. I love it. I love it. If you want some betting tips, if you will, the new sports betting podcast is out, totally free. The Degenerates Next Door. I host it. Rob Kendall's a part of it. And we work with 2 professional sports bettors, 2 pro handicappers here in Indy. Kenny Britt of KB Sports, David Stefanoff of FollowNeverFade.com. We all have plays on the IU and Alabama game, plus NFL. Big weekend for playoff implications. The Steelers and Ravens is our game of the week. Free plays on that. So anywhere you get your podcast, check it out, The Degenerates Next Door. A new study found the age when you officially turn into your parents for women It's 33. For the average man, it's 34. Now, let me just say this. As somebody who is 48, when I see these commercials, and I can't remember the company that it's for, but it's the old guy, and his job is to make sure these younger people aren't turning into their parents. You know, social things like you don't have to yell somebody's name out at a Starbucks.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those insurance companies that do
Yes. I defend what those people are doing all the time. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get a good selfie of the people or hanging out with LL Cool J trying to get a good selfie. I have no problem with that. Like, I find myself siding with the people that are supposedly being mocked all the time.
You know, I hear you on that, and I'm looking at this study. They say it's 34. I feel like that's only going to go down. Like, I'm a junior in college. We're 3 years removed from graduating from high school, but I have cookouts in my backyard. I'm playing cornhole. My friends are wearing the white New Balance shoes when they come over here. Like, I
you
feel
listen
like
to
it's
Guns
already...
N' Roses and AC/DC. Like, all your friends hate getting into your car because you're going to have the playlist of like Nigel and I.
Oh yeah, but what I have noticed is it's starting to change a little bit. They start to like listen to that more now that they've graduated from high school and have been a few years removed from that. So yeah, I feel like we're already there. I feel like we already have turned into our parents with the stuff that we do.
Dateline, Colorado. Police in Colorado pulled over a guy because he had a broken taillight and he replaced it with a red Gatorade bottle. So the taillight was out. He takes a red Gatorade bottle, like puts it on there, tapes it on there just so it looks red.
Right.
And here's the kicker. This guy did not get a ticket. So you got a dude going around here with a freaking Gatorade bottle taped to his car. You don't know when he's turning. You don't know when he's braking. But I do just a little quick in a school zone, and I get a ticket, which I had to pay a couple months ago. Stinks. All right, do not go anywhere. We got a busy 5 o'clock hour on the way. Update on this ridiculous weather. AOC is in the news. We'll have some fun with that. We got a couple different reasons to drink. And caller roulette for the first time in the new studio. That's all coming up. Do not go anywhere. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
While you may not have to travel around the entire world on Christmas Eve, it's nice to know Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit, warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Heat and cool with nearly geothermal efficiency in places you can't fit ductwork with Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits.
Just go to AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, how the weather will roll out in the coming days across the states. You'll hear what health administrators in Marion County are urging you to do, and one lucky Hoosier claimed a winning Cash 5 ticket. Those stories and more next, coming up after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis on this Tuesday evening. It's 5 o'clock.
Venezuela, sup? I'm John Saucier, Fox News. President Trump pushing his campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro as his administration launched a series of strikes targeting alleged drug boats off the coast of Latin America in the recent months, and recently announced a complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going in and out of Venezuela. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is in West Palm Beach, Florida, with the latest.
The Treasury Department is announcing new sanctions on 10 individuals and entities tied to Venezuela and Iran. And yesterday, President Trump was asked, would he support Israeli strikes against Iran targeting its ballistic missile and nuclear programs?
If they will continue with the missiles, yes. The nuclear, fast.
And in the Pacific, U.S. forces continue its strikes on alleged drug boats. President Trump told reporters the United States struck a dock in Venezuela used to transport drugs.
China and Russia are speaking out about U.S. actions in the region, accusing the United States of breaking international law after the U.S. seized multiple oil tankers off the coast of Venezuela. A Salvadorian migrant erroneously deported this year argues the Justice Department is prosecuting him for political purposes. Fox's Jared Halpern is in Washington.
Attorneys for Kilmar Abrego Garcia argue he's being prosecuted as a way to punish him for successfully fighting his deportation to El Salvador. An unsealed order from the federal judge overseeing the case finds the indictment charging Abrego Garcia with human smuggling was pushed for only after he was ordered back to the U.S. Abrego Garcia wants the case dismissed on grounds of a vindictive prosecution. The judge says there is some evidence the prosecution could be vindictive, citing comments made by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But acting U.S. Attorney Rob McGuire says he alone made the decision to prosecute and has no animus against Abrego Garcia. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What to expect as people head out for New Year's Eve. It's cloudy and 25 in the Circle City. Tonight's low is 13. I'm Jake McDaniel for Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Forecasters say a storm could hit tomorrow. Ryan Hedrick reports.
You'll probably see snow on the ground from earlier this week, and the New Year's Eve system moving in will add even more measurable snowfall.
We do expect that there's better potential for some light accumulations, especially if you're along and kind of north of Interstate 74.
National Weather Service forecaster Mike Ryan.
Right now, thinking maybe we see a half inch.
Ryan says people that live near Kokomo and Muncie could see a little bit more snow than that. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And forecasters confirmed this week at least 2 tornadoes touched down in Indiana on Sunday. The National Weather Service said Monday 1 touchdown in Linton after 7:15 Sunday evening, and they said Tuesday the other one was in southern Gibson County. Flu activity is climbing fast in Marion County, and health leaders said Tuesday they want you to take precautions. Emergency room visits for flu symptoms just jumped nearly 40% in a single week. Again, 40% nearly, because cases are so high. Hospitals are now restricting people to keep patients safe. Health administrators say if you haven't had your flu shot yet, now is the time, since it takes 2 weeks for that protection to actually kick in. A billboard on West 10th Street in Indianapolis is promoting abortion services in Illinois, and Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith says it shouldn't be allowed in Indiana, but he admits it's probably legal because it's out of state.
I look at this, it'd be similar to the 1860s. It would be, one state saying, hey, we're pro-slavery, and another state that says we're anti-slavery. slavery. If you were an anti-slave state like Indiana's always been, we would not want the southern states coming in and saying, well, you can promote slavery down south.
And he says changing that would need approval from the legislature and could run into legal challenges because of federal interstate commerce rules. And the Hoosier Lottery said today that a $115,000 winning Cash 5 ticket was sold for Sunday's drawing. It was bought at a gas station on 165th Street in Hammond, and the winning numbers are 2, 4, 26, 34, and 36. Traffic and weather next. It's 5:04.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know. I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire?
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
With your WIBC traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Jay, crash coming out the north split on northbound 65. The far left, far right lanes are blocked, leaving only the center lanes available for travel, and traffic is stop and go back to Rural Street. Also, northbound 65, 70 jammed up because of that crash from Michigan Street into the north split. Southbound 65, 70 slow before Washington to the south split. Northeast side, northbound 69 stop and go from 465 past 82nd. Traffic sponsored by USA Fencing. Ever wanted to try an Olympic or Paralympic sport? Try fencing. It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/try fencing. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, thank you, Matt. And the forecast now from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We'll track the potential for a few snow showers tonight with lows in the mid-20s. New Year's Eve for Wednesday will have a higher chance of snowfall in the mix in the afternoon to early nighttime hours. Can't rule out a light coating of snow in the Indy metro, and then temperatures are going to rise into the mid-30s on Wednesday with breezy winds, and then will fall into the upper 20s by the ball drop at midnight. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock!
Again, it's been colder, but it just feels like frigid and ridiculous because 48 hours ago, I was taking the trash out wearing shorts, and it was 60 degrees. And the next day, it was in the 20s again. And here we are again. Right now, temperatures in the 20s, low at 15. You heard the weather at the top of the hour there from Stephen Deanna. No real relief coming up until early next week. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, low of 18. Thursday, New Year's Day, low of 17. But Monday and Tuesday next week, if you can kind of hang on and get there, Monday, high of 48. Tuesday, maybe a little rain, but we're back in the 50s.
That's great. That's great to hear. I mean, this right now is just horrible. Compared to what we had, just yesterday? 70 degrees?
Well, that was 2 days ago. Yesterday was ass too.
That's right.
2 days ago was 60 degrees. Yesterday, cold. And again, we've been through polar vortex. Mm-hmm. We've been through sub-zero temperatures. We've been through blizzards. Squalls. We've been through squalls. But this just coming off of like a 60-degree day feels colder. I know it's just all mental, right? It's the same reason why I can't swallow pills. I have to chew everything up. I know that it's mental. But when you have 60-something, like 65 almost,
right,
and the next morning like everything's frozen outside, it just chills you to the bone a little bit more.
Oh yeah, weather is totally mental. Like going back to our conversation about the Indy 500 this past year, we'll take 65, and that's shorts and t-shirt weather for us right now in December. But late May, early June, and if it's 65, that's cold. Like I'm wearing a hoodie, I'm wearing sweatpants in June if it's 65 degrees.
And you can always tell like who lives in what part of the country, right? So if you go to like the airport, for an example,
Right.
and you see somebody just walking around with like just a hoodie and that's it, they're probably from Wisconsin, where
Right.
this doesn't bother them. It doesn't feel cold. They might be from Minnesota. Maybe they're running from fraud. I don't know. But then you get down to Florida, and let's say that it's only 66 or 67. There are people bundled up like,
oh yeah,
like the polar vortex is coming in.
We were down there, I think it was a number of years ago, but it was in January. We just wanted to get away from the cold weather. We were on the beach when it was like 65 degrees in like, swim trunks. We go to eat, and there's these people wearing like full-on coats and
Yes.
stock hats, and it's 67, 68 degrees.
The locals don't know how to handle it, but if you live in a colder area, you think everybody below you is a wussy or something that rhymes with it. Let's talk about AOC here. She is scheduled to introduce Mamdani at the big New Year's Day inauguration. So, Chris, I'll defer to you on this one. Is this the new Democrat power couple? Two socialists from New York. Even though Mamdani's at the local level,
Right.
you have to believe he's got his sights set on something higher than being the mayor.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people are digging socialism in New York.
Right.
Is this the power couple?
Well, that's the thing that you said, digging socialism in New York. Like, if you're going to be a power couple, I think you've got to be like these national players. And right now, even though despite what TikTok and Instagram will tell you, I don't think that the country as a whole is willing to elect a socialist to any national office. So I'm going to say no just for that reason above. And I think even the Democratic Party knows that AOC, and I think even if they ran Mamdani, I don't think they can win a general in the country.
They can win a primary.
They can win a primary.
Because
I'll agree with that.
AOC's got the funding.
Yes.
She is a fundraising machine. Now, she may be what the kids call a moron, but she brings in big bucks. She's a fundraising machine, and she's active on social media. She'll get all the young little white liberal girls that live in Westfield to think that socialism's great.
Right.
But you can't win a general like that.
No, I mean, if money bought elections, then we should have a Mike Bloomberg presidency in 2020. He ran ads all over the place. It was all over social media, but no one cared about him.
Speaking of AOC, she went on some stream. I think this was a TikTok conversation she did, and was ripping the border czar, Tom Homan.
Every time you see Tom Homan on Fox News, every time you see these law enforcement officials doing flashy television interviews, understand that they are taking attention and focus and real dollars and real resources away from actual drug enforcement, trafficking enforcement, actually going after and actually trying to investigate really harmful activity that is happening.
So that was AOC, shots fired, if you will, at the border czar, Tom Homan. And I said earlier, and I'll stand by this, case could be made for Marco Rubio, and maybe it's the better answer. But it's hard-pressed to find somebody that's been better at their job than
Right.
Tom Homan that Trump has appointed.
And if her whole argument is that he single-handedly is taking money away from actually patrolling the border and patrolling drugs, why did we have that story earlier that overdoses are down in the country? She needs to make that make sense for me real quick.
Well, this story got back to Tom Homan, and Tom was on Fox. I believe he was on Laura Ingram's program, and let's hear what the border czar has to say about the socialist sweetheart.
Look, I take pleasure in the fact I can live in her mind rent-free every day. That means I'm over the target. That means I'm making a difference. Bottom line is, she needs to look at the data. ICE is out. We've already arrested more criminal illegal aliens in 6 weeks than the Biden administration did in a year. The border is sealed, 96% decline in illegal immigration. And when 96% less people are coming across that border, how many children aren't dying? How many women aren't being sex trafficked? How many known suspected terrorists aren't getting in the country? How many pounds of fentanyl isn't getting in to kill Americans? This administration's done more for the safety and security of New York than she's ever done or ever will do. So we're going to keep doing what we do. I'm not running a popularity contest. If she don't like me, I'll wear that as a badge of honor. That means I'm doing the right thing.
Now that, kids, is what we call a depantsing. A depantsing from Tom
Exactly.
Homan, the border czar. If you're looking for a reason to drink tonight, happy 41st birthday to LeBron James. LeBron James, 41 years old. Listen, I will say this. Great basketball player, kind of a dumb guy. Habitual liar, dumb guy, but phenomenal talent on the basketball court. Now, I'm a Jordan guy. You're not going to tell me that LeBron is the GOAT when there was a dude that used to wear number 23 for the Chicago Bulls. But LeBron is in the conversation as a basketball player.
Right.
But boy, when he tries to talk about social issues, he's a habitual liar and a dummy, which brings us to a segment we call Talking Politics with LeBron James.
And now, Hammer and Nigel present Talking Politics with LeBron James.
You live and work in a state in which the majority of
Back in
voters
Cleveland.
voted for the current president. How do you reconcile having called that choice a mistake, that many of those people are also Cavaliers fans?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. At the end of the day, like I said, you can. I don't think a lot of people was educated.
This has been Talking Politics with LeBron James.
Quote, I don't think a lot of people was educated. Okay. And then there was that one incident. Well, maybe incident's a strong word. LeBron wanted to look smart standing at his locker. So he had a Malcolm X book, right? He wanted to show everybody that he was edgy and he's reading up on Malcolm X and fight the power. Well, a reporter asked him about it. And Chris, listen to this answer. It sounds like he had a book report due the next day and did not read a single page of it.
So you're holding the autobiography of Malcolm X along with Alex Haley. I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah?
But I've read and a lot of notes over the years. It's my first time actually reading this from start to finish. But just a very smart man. Very, very, very smart man. And basically, his words in the 60s.
Oh, yeah?
And what was going on is actually what's going on today still.
What the hell did you just say? It sounded like a male Kamala Harris there with that word salad.
This sounded exactly what I sounded like in 5th grade when, you're right, I had a book report due and I didn't read it. I got up there and said, well, you see, there's this man named Gatsby and he was great.
Great. You went full Rodney Dangerfield and I love it. If you need another reason to drink tonight, Tiger Woods, 50. Tiger Woods is now officially old enough to be on the seniors tour in the PGA.
Man, I mean, growing up, I had all those games on the Wii, like the Tiger Woods, like All-Stars video game. Man, he's 50 now?
50.
Wow.
And look, Tiger's body has been through some stuff, right? Like his body started to break down. Well, it kind of started after his wife took some golf clubs up against him when she busted him cheating.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. But, yeah, had his body not broken down, I feel like he probably could have broken that Jack Nicklaus record. I don't think he's going to get there now.
No.
But before we hit a traffic break with Matt Baer, great moments in Tiger Woods' history. This is back when Tiger returned to the Masters, right? He took some time off. He'd gotten beat up by his ex-wife for running around with all these waitresses, and he finally came back, and the fine folks at CBS asked me to write the promo.
The Masters. It's a tradition unlike any other. And this year, Tiger Woods is back, doing all the things that made him a champion. He's staying healthy. He's making putts. And he's fornicating with as many women as he possibly can.
Hear, hear.
All types of women. Short women, tall women, Thin women, fat women, white women, black women, illegal women.
Oh!
And we're not just talking about high-end women.
No.
We're talking about chicks that work at Kroger and waitresses from Denny's. The Masters, only on CBS.
I thought that was a great promo, but they never invited me back. Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, looking at westbound 70 into northbound 65. This is a crash post north split, and 2 lanes are blocked. The far right, far left traffic getting through. In the center, 2 lanes only, and that backs us up to Rural Street. Also northbound 65-70 struggling because of it. From Michigan Street into the north split. Again, that's because of the crash. Southbound 65-70 stop and go after the south split. And then looking at eastbound 70 crash at the bottom of the exit ramp to Shadeland Avenue. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement of batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
24 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Tickets are on sale right now for Trump 1 year later. The highs, the lows, how we win the midterms. Happening at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. The bourbon will flow. The food will be fantastic. We're going to go over Trump's past year and how we use that to win the midterms. It's going to be informing, entertaining, and very, very funny. I promise. Join us, Trump 1 year later. Brought to you by Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, and WIBC. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And during Toyotathon, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $339 per month. Or a new 2026 Corolla, $219 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models. Approved credit plus tax, tag, title, license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Corolla model 1852. 39 months. $29.99 due. Zero security. 10,000 annual miles. 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 12/31/25.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions
The
apply.
Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show. Oh, yeah!
Brought to you by Window Nation. Window Nation's end of the year sale. Your chance to save big with 50% off all window styles, plus 0% financing for 5 years. Sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com to get started. Chris Hammer, I'll run these stories by you.
Let's do it.
You tell me if you're all right with any of these.
Cool.
A nightclub in Miami tried to do this stunt last week where they had a female employee in her underpants ride a horse onto the dance floor. But the horse bucked her off and ran out of the club, and the club just had its business license revoked. And now the owners could be looking at an animal cruelty investigation. Are you okay with any of this?
You know what? I'm okay with the horse. Good for the horse. You know what? Good for him for having some self-respect there. Just threw her off and left. I love that for the horse. And in what situation would a nightclub need to be doing this with the horse? I mean, in my experiences, nightclubs aren't necessarily that big of spaces. So how are we getting a whole horse in there?
Now, Miami nightclubs are a different animal. Okay. But do you need to have the woman in her underpants? And I can't believe I'm the one saying this, because more often than not, if a woman wants to be in her underpants, I'll take a look. But is somebody going to see her, like, ride that horse onto the busy dance floor and go, well, they could at least put her in her underwear? I mean, she's fully clothed. What are we doing here? None of this makes any sense to me. Like, and I feel like the horse had this planned out because he knew where the exit was. It wasn't like he was just a bull in a china shop, you know, like running around trying to find somewhere to go. No, the horse bucked off this broad in her panties and made a beeline for the door and got out. So I feel like the horse knew exactly what was going to happen, and this was his moment.
Oh, yeah, that's a self-aware horse right there. He knows his value. He knows what he's worth. That's below him. He has no time for that.
All right, let's keep it in the nightclub industry. Are you okay with this? Some drunk guy tried to do a backflip over a woman's table at a bar in Georgia last week, but he crashed through it and landed on the woman's head. She had to go to the hospital, and now the police are trying to track down the idiot that did the drunken backflip that didn't land all the way. Are you all right with this?
You mean to tell me a drunk guy didn't land a backflip? Really?
In Georgia.
I'm shocked. No, I'm not okay with this. This has got to be probably some Georgia frat guy who said, quote, famous words, hold my beer, and then nothing good proceeds to happen after that. We've got a lady in the hospital now, and now you're running from the law. So congratulations. I hope your horrible backflip attempt was worth it.
And if they catch this guy and they bring him in, is he going to have any street cred? Because he's going to be in jail at some point, and everybody's going to be sitting next to each other. Bro, what did you do? I punched the guy. What did you do? I stabbed a dude. What did you do? I failed at a backflip. Like, that's the guy that's going to become the prison girlfriend, right?
Oh,
like,
totally.
He's the one that's going to be very subservient to the others. Are you okay with this? According to a new study, stress is contagious. So if you're spending time with people who are stressed out, according to the new study, it's going to mess with your brain and make you more stressed out as well.
I mean, I'm okay with this because I feel like I already knew that. I mean, if you just spend time around with people who are stressed out and, you know, the way they talk to you, the way they're talking, yeah, it's going to make me more stressed out. I already knew that. Do we really need to have a study to say that? I feel like that was common information.
We've known about buzzkills for a long
time.
Debbie Downers, right? Last one, a 34-year-old woman in New Mexico failed a drug test last month when she tested positive for meth. So she decided that she didn't want to give up meth. So what she would do is put a fake prescription label on a pill bottle and tried to convince her probation officer that it was medicinal prescribed meth. The probation officer did not buy it. She's now facing charges.
Well, I believe it was Michael Jordan that once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So
Jordan, Gretzky, could be 6, 7, I don't know.
Michael Scott said that, actually.
Michael Scott said that as well on The Office, right? I'm not even mad at her.
No, she tried it.
Prescription meth. It says it right here on the bottle. I don't know what your problem is.
If she lived in Oregon, she may have got away with it, honestly.
Right. All right. For the first time, we're going to try to do caller roulette. This is where you call in to 239-9393. I have no idea what you want to talk about. Chris has no idea what you're going to talk about. Kurt's just going to get your name, and we are going to fly blind, okay? Hopefully the phones work, but 239-9393, that's the number, 239-9393. If you want to talk about the year in review, if you want to talk about fraud in Minneapolis, if you want to talk about the Colts or anything in between, Sydney Sweeney, anything goes. Just keep it brief and keep it radio clean. 239-9393. Caller roulette coming up right after Jake does the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Strangulation and assault charges. Cloudy during your nightfall in downtown Indy. It's also 25 degrees and lows tonight in the lower to mid-teens. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. That's what New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs is facing.
According to reports, a private chef for New England Patriots star wide receiver Stephon Diggs accuses him of assaulting and strangling her over money. She told police that they were arguing over her salary when Diggs smacked her and then put her in a chokehold. He denies this. Diggs' attorney appeared virtually at a motions hearing in Dedham, Massachusetts. The incident happened on December 2nd. That's the day after the Patriots beat the New York Giants on Monday Night Football.
That's Fox's Nate Foy reporting. Diggs is scheduled to appear in court on January 23rd. Snow could fall again tonight, but forecasters say it's a weak system passing north of Indianapolis.
And that may be able to generate another round of scattered flurries, maybe light snow showers, similar to what we're seeing here, especially across the northern half of central Indiana.
National Weather Service forecaster Mike Ryan says a stronger snow system moves in on New Year's Eve, reaching northern cities first and arriving in the Indianapolis area around sunset. The man accused of planting pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters in 2021 was back in federal court today. Brian Cole Jr. is still in custody as a judge thinks about his release, though prosecutors say the explosives were dangerous and could have been fatal. Average gas price in Indiana today is $2.74 a gallon, says Gas Buddy. And Fox's Michelle Polino has the latest on the new Avengers trailer.
The second teaser for the highly anticipated Avengers Doomsday is dropped, this time with a focus on the return of Thor, the God of Thunder, played by Chris Hemsworth.
But now fate has given me something I never sought.
As with the previous teaser showing the return of Steve Rogers with a child, this new look also finds Thor in a quiet, emotional moment. Avengers is set to hit theaters December 18th, 2026. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
News time, 5:32. Your traffic now with Matt Bear.
All right, crash at the end of the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue, and this is a mess right now. You can make your exit, but we're getting pushed right now to the right. Yeah, you can only turn right coming off that exit. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split because of construction. And on the southeast side, southbound 465 slow, Brookville Road down to Arlington Avenue. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
We'll track the potential for a few snow showers tonight with lows in the mid-20s. New Year's Eve for Wednesday will have a higher chance of snowfall in the mix in the afternoon to early nighttime hours. Can't rule out a light coating of snow in the Indy metro, and then temperatures are going to rise into the mid-30s on Wednesday with breezy winds, and then will fall into the upper 20s by the ball drop at midnight. New Year's Day on Thursday to kick off 2026 will be cold, with highs only in the upper 20s by Thursday afternoon. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's been a little bit, but it's time for a little caller roulette. Now, again, this is where I have no idea what these people on hold want to talk about. No idea at all. Responsible shows normally have their producer talk to whoever's calling in, find out what they want, coach them up a little bit, tell them all the important things, turn your radio down. We don't do any of that crap. We just put a bunch of people on hold, and we're going to just throw caution into the wind here. This really is a bad idea if you think about it. We're risking our #1 rated program for a bunch of people that we have no idea what they're going to say. Now, if you're on hold, do us a favor, turn your radio down and keep it brief. Other than that, let's light this candle. Up first, we're going to go to Cody. Cody, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. What's up?
Hey, guys. First off, love your show. I want to talk about the roads in Indiana and the absolute crap quality that they are. We have the 5th highest gas tax in the nation as of July 2025, and I just made the drive from Illinois into Indiana, and the roads are absolute garbage. What are we doing with the money that we're supposed to be allocating towards roads?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you, Cody. A lot of the money makes its way into a thing called the general fund. Now, not all of it. I know like the sports betting money and some of the lottery money makes its way into the general fund. Now, they will tell you, they being the lawmakers, that the general fund is designed for whatever project is needed, street repair or fixing infrastructure. But what it really becomes is a pet slush fund for the high-ranking Republicans. So if you're a mover and shaker in the Indiana Senate and the swine barn needs fixed at your local county fair, you get to go to the general fund. And you're right, we are overtaxed like a mother in this state. It's not even close. And that's what makes me sick when these school districts put their hands out. Well, these children, they're going to starve to death. They're all going to be shot in the hallway if you get any sort of tax relief. They're all full of crap.
Because heaven forbid you actually run a budget in the year 2025.
Right. You may have to make cuts like families have to make cuts. So, Cody, great call. Yeah, we should have better roads. With the way we're taxed in Indiana, but it's a mess. It's a hot mess. You're absolutely right. Let me take regular Jeff on 4. Regular Jeff, my man.
Hey, what the heck's up, Hammer?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm sorry. Hey, look, you guys, normally I can hear the show still going on while I'm on hold, but I am not on, I'm on hold, but okay. So I got a question for you, Hammer, without Nigel there. I want you to go with your heart or your head. Who do you think's going to win the Indiana-Alabama game? Now, listen, use your head on one answer and your heart on the other.
Well, my heart will say anybody in the world over Alabama. That's
Right.
my heart.
Exactly.
My head pick, you'll be able to find for free on the Degenerates Next Door podcast. I do have a pick on a side. Now, some of the pro handicappers that we work with, they've got to play on the game total, the over-under. I'm on a side. So if you want to find out who I've picked, and I believe another pro handicapper has my same pick, Degenerates Next Door. It's been, shared on our social media. Find it anywhere you get your podcasts. I've got a free play on that, as well as the big NFL Steelers and Ravens game. So thank you for that. And as for not being able to hear when you're on hold, I don't know. I'm just happy the phones are working right now. What do you want me to do? Ian is up next. Ian, rock and roll.
Hey, I just want to ask a question on what your stance is on ICE, people detained by ICE, because there's a lot of hardworking, people out there who are, in jail that don't have a chance to come work in the United States, and I just wanted to know what the stance on that was.
Well, if you came to the United States illegally, I feel like then you should be at some point asked to leave. It's hard to get into this country. And if you want to have a conversation about should we make the process a little faster, with the rise of AI, with the way we can look into backgrounds and all the technology, if you want to tell me there has to be a faster way for legitimate, good people to become naturalized citizens, or citizens rather, of the United States, I'll listen to that. Okay, fine. But talk to the people who have done it legally. It's a long process, and it ticks them off when people just walk across and cut the corner. And look, not everybody walking across the border is a drug dealer. They're not all selling fentanyl. I get it. But there are rules. There are regulations. You have to keep these rules and regulations in place, or you don't have a country and you don't have a border. Now, if you're telling me I've got a room full of 10 people that have all come across the border, 5 of them are human traffickers, 3 of them are drug dealers, and 2 of them are just people that want to start a better life in America. I do feel like there should be a pecking order, right? Get the criminals out first, but the real reality is you kind of committed a crime when you entered the country illegally. So I'm not going to shed a bunch of tears for those saying, well, we didn't do anything wrong. Well, kind of did. But again, separate conversation. If you want to have a talk about with the rise of technology and AI, should it be quicker to get good immigrants into the United States, I'll have that conversation. All right, let's go to line 3. David is standing by. David, what's up?
Hey, how are you guys today? You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So I just wondered if our mayor and the traffic engineers got together and had a double or triple kegger to figure out how to screw up Michigan and New York Street. They've created more accidents and more people struck by vehicles than you could imagine.
Yeah, well, if you're asking if our mayor here in Indy was involved in any sort of alcohol-induced decision-making, I'm going to err on the side of probably. Probably that's how it works. It's a mess. You're right. And I say this not because I'm trying to be over the top or a smartass. You look at downtown, we look like Detroit. Oh, yeah. We look like everything we used to make fun of. A bunch of construction that is going on forever, that's never done. Horrible road conditions, homeless people everywhere you go. We've become what we used to make fun of in Indianapolis. We've become Detroit.
Yeah, trying to drive downtown in itself is just horrible now, especially if you're going anywhere remotely close to the 5 o'clock hour, just because of all of this construction on, I believe it's like 69 south over here, that split being under construction. And it's been under construction forever. And it's making everything horrible, just trying to get in and out of downtown right now.
And I feel for some of the businesses, right? Because they probably thought there might be a little construction, right, but like Tom's Watch Bar. Now, yeah, I don't know the Tom Watch Bar people, but I'm willing to bet when they agreed to open up their bar right there, they probably didn't think that the main street where all of their foot traffic was going to be coming in would be closed for like 2.5 years. Like, that sucks.
I guarantee they were probably told it was going to be, oh, yeah, we'll have it done within a couple months. And then here we are almost 2 years later. Streets are still closed.
But government-funded hotel, hot damn, that thing's going up like a rocket ship. Everything else, Detroit. Let's go to line number 2. Steve is standing by. Steve, what's up, man?
Hey, I just was listening to the show, and the guy that called in about the roads kind of tripped my trigger a little bit. That's an overstatement, but I'm 58 years old, and my family's from down around Lake Cumberland, Kentucky. My parents raised me up here. So we've made that drive on I-65 South many, many times. And I was just telling my daughter, who's 17, I was like, seems like well over 35 years, this stretch of road has always been under work. And she said, why do you think that is, Dad? And I said, well, I'm a little close to politics on some level. I'm surprised they invite me back to the party because I feel like Forrest Gump in that fist fight at the Black Panther Party.
Right.
But, I said, there's got to be some kind of mismanagement. Like, is it a jobs program? Does it make unemployment numbers look better? Does it keep voters happier if we've always got good paying jobs in the works with road workers? And nothing against them, but you go into Kentucky, the roads have been pristine for 25 years. Same thing, you go north, it's the same thing. So I just wanted to come and empathize on that note, and that's something that I've always felt. And your platform seemed to be, a good place for me to second that motion.
Steve, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. And the thing that bothers me is that now politicians aren't held accountable for the way they've handled the roads. Like in the past, you would expect, if it's an election year, the incumbent, if it's an incumbent mayor, boy, he's going to really make sure the roads are clean and patched up and infrastructure is good, because that's what happens in an election year. We're lucky if our mayor in Indianapolis is even sober and awake. That's what the bar is at right now. And don't forget, he's still very much being questioned about sexual harassment things taking place in his office. He's a dumpster fire of a man. He's a dumpster fire of a human being, but he keeps getting elected with 60% of the vote.
Right, and it's all over the state. We experienced when we went to a Cubs and Reds game this past year. You drive just to any other state, as soon as you hit the border to Ohio, Illinois, Kentucky, bumpy road, smooth, no construction.
Right.
When we came back, the first thing that greeted us into Indiana wasn't a welcome to Indiana sign. It was a road construction ahead for the next 7 miles in horrible road conditions.
And it was the awful welcome to Indiana sign, too.
Yes, the new one sucks. I hate the new one.
Yeah, bring back the Crossroads of America.
Because that's what we are.
I'm with Andrew Ireland on this one. That is the GOAT of Indiana welcome signs. The stupid blue one that Holcomb made sucks. All right, do we have Charles standing by for the last one? Charles, you get the final word in 2025 on caller roulette. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I forget. You got that delayed effect till you get all your equipment going. You're on, like he was mentioning. Oh, I see what's happening. Wait a minute. I didn't turn the radio off because you can't hear you guys when you're on hold. There it goes again. Hold on a second here. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Charles. And that puts a bow tie on caller roulette in 2025. I knew that's how we were going to go out. I absolutely just knew it. When I saw that Charles was going to be in the mix here, I thought, all right, I'm going to give my guy a chance here. And I like Charles. Charles has got a lot of energy, but if I come to you, I don't need a lecture on what's not working. I'm aware, right? I've been yelling and fighting behind the scenes. We're well aware. And I hate that that's the way we're going to go out. Is there anybody else on hold, Kurt? Is there anybody else? Can we just take one live?
Let's take one live. It's ringing.
I can't go out like that. All right, just pick it up. Welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. You are live on the air. Who is this?
My name is Matt.
Matt, my man Matt. All right, we're going to try to give you the final word on caller roulette. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about the Rose Bowl. Being born and raised in Oklahoma, I am really disappointed that the Sooners let up and let Alabama in. But my daughter and my money went to Bloomington for 4 years, so I am all in Indiana Hoosiers.
There you go. There you go. Now that is how you put a cap on caller roulette for 2025. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaim their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Yeah, so I've had experience with weight loss medication before, but it was compounded semaglutide. That is not what Premier Weight Loss uses, and I have had no nausea
I'm losing weight, and I feel great. And not just physically. I'm talking mentally as well. I feel good about myself. Hey, with Premier Weight Loss, it's a totally different experience that I've had with other weight loss providers. Their offices are professional and relaxing. You deal one-on-one with a specialist that will tailor a unique and specific plan for your weight loss journey.
Since I've been working with Premier Weight Loss, I've lost over 11 pounds in 1 month. I'm still drinking beer. I'm still eating steak, but the cravings for all the nonsensical other things, gone. I feel better. They've came up with a plan specifically for me. These guys are legit. I've seen it. I'm walking living proof. PWLindy.com. That's PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Your favorite song shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Strike up some fun with Hammer and Nigel. Their annual bowling event, Red, White, and Bowl, hits Woodland Bowl Friday, January 16th. Meet the hosts, bowl for charity, and enjoy a great night presented by Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Hammer crash clear. Eastbound 72, Shadeland Avenue. Downtown, southbound 6570, stop and go traffic before Washington Street to the south split. That is construction. Northeast side, northbound 465, slow after East 56th Street 271st. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, it is 24 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. I'm Jason Hammer. Chris Hammer filling in for Big Nige here. Chris, according to a new study, 60% of Americans complain that there aren't enough hours in the day. The average person says they need about 28 hours a day. And in that same study, 34% say they'd spend those extra hours cleaning the house and doing chores.
Right.
Do you buy any of this?
No, I don't buy any of that because even if, let's just say there were 28 hours in the day, you do the same study, someone would say, oh, well, I need 32 hours in the day to get everything done.
It's the argument for the college football playoff.
Exactly. No matter how many teams or no matter how many hours are in the day, you're always going to feel like you need more because somebody's going to be unhappy.
Right, 100%. But if you did have an extra 4 hours a day, what would you do? Sleep or what?
I guess sleep. I mean, probably still the same stuff I do now. I mean, I feel like there's a perfect amount of time in the day to get everything
maybe take
done.
some trash out in your house, maybe once in a while, maybe.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, I don't either. Here's a question: if you're at a nightclub and there's a robot bartender, right, almost like a kiosk where you can type in your instructions and it makes you a cocktail right there. When you go to pay and it asks for a tip, do you tip the robot bartender?
No.
Because this is a big debate. Some chick's sharing a video on TikTok right now. And after this woman got her cocktail made, on the touch screen, it says there's a 10% service charge and asking for a tip.
So somebody's going to get a tip even though they did absolutely no work in making the drink at all. No.
I wouldn't even say someone. It's a robot.
Where's the money going to then?
I have no idea.
You're wrong. I'm tipping the robot. I've seen iRobot. I'm tipping the robot. Maybe 25%. I'm just saying, when it happens, you guys are done for. I'm good. I tipped the robot.
I was at somewhere, I forget where it was, but I was somewhere where it was a ball game of some sort. And I go to this concession stand, and it's one of those where you grab the food that you want and you set it on the thing, and it scans it and you pay for it. Nobody hands you anything. Nobody makes you anything. It's just all there. Paid for everything, and the kiosk is asking for a tip. Who's getting a tip? I grabbed everything. I got everything I want.
Was there a charity group that was like in charge of it?
No.
Because sometimes I get guilted. Like if I know it's like the so-and-so Little League out of, wherever.
No, it didn't say any of that. It was just, it wanted me to leave a tip even though I did all the work in getting everything I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hate like at restaurants too, like at Subway. I know they're making the sandwich in front of you, but that's kind of what you get paid to do.
Right.
Like when you get a job at Subway, you kind of feel like making sandwiches is probably part of your job description.
That was my lunch today, and I kind of got guilted into pressing the little 10%.
I saw something online that makes perfect sense to me here. If you have to order your food standing up, you're not getting a tip.
If you have to order your food standing up, you're not getting a tip. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. We got another hour to go. Come on back.
You may not have to travel around the entire world on Christmas Eve. It's nice to know Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit, warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment. Call for details. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
It takes everyone in the community working together to create a brighter future. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Visit liveunited.org to learn how you can help.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors